I'm excited, but I'm not like, I don't want to get my hopes up because this is one of those things where it's like one of those big dreams that's like, it seems unreal. Like, it doesn't seem like real. Like, it's like auditioning for like a movie, like a Marvel movie, and then and then they're like, you know, like you're getting closer to getting the role, but it doesn't seem real. Like, I'm like, I don't, like, this doesn't seem like a real thing that I can actually do.
I get it.
But I feel like the fact that I even talked to them, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is real, right?
Okay, then I'm fresh. Ay, that's that Teddy Fish, he got it on cause he fresh. Ay, that's that Teddy Fish, I got it on cause I'm fresh. Okay, that's that Teddy Fish, we got it on cause he fresh. Okay, that's that Teddy Fish. Okay, I woke up in the morning feeling like a million pesos.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
we are back.
Men and women, theys and thems, these and she's and theys and hers and bees and woes and flows and
all
glows
y'all.
And all y'alls that are here.
All y'all.
If you're an alien from another planet, we are here with you right now.
Shout out to the aliens.
It's Above the Multiverse podcast, guys.
Yes, sir. We back, baby.
I still haven't had time to figure out my soundboard, but we're gonna get there, guys. We're gonna get there. I promise you.
Yeah.
But welcome back.
Yes,
Another
sir.
episode of the podcast, guys. There's a lot to talk about. You know,
there is a lot.
There's a lot to talk about. I think
ridiculously a lot.
Yeah. I think probably the first thing we should talk about. So I had an interview with H3 yesterday.
The boy got the interview that we all was anticipating.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to hear what happened. Shout out to you, Dan.
Yeah.
Heard you a cool ass dude.
Dan Sword, love.
Did he ask you for a beer?
Nah.
Nah?
No,
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
I thought it was gonna happen.
Nah. I mean, that would've been awesome if he was like, bro, you're the fucking best.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't like that. It was cool though. It went really well. So if you guys don't know, if you do know, basically we did that Teddy Fresh music video.
Yes, sir.
And then things started popping where we started getting connected with them. And then I saw that one of their cast members left, Ian, the intern, the salaried employee, he left. And then I decided to reach out to H3 and I was like, hey, I think now would be a perfect time to apply because I feel like I can offer a lot to that show and I can do a lot. And yeah, so then I reached out, emailed them, blah, blah, blah. Got a fucking email back.
Yes,
and they basically were like, let's set up an interview. And I had my interview yesterday.
If you are new here, Dre is missing a lot of details or very important details with Ethan involved.
Oh yeah,
Ethan's been DMing my dog. You know what I mean?
we've DM'd before. Yes,
that's what I'm saying. So,
so we
basically like they best friends at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, so I had an interview with Dan, who is the producer of H3.
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yes.
Yes. Okay.
So.
Yeah, where we at?
So okay, well, first and foremost, I was like, I was at work. Like the only time that they were available was when I was at work.
Oh.
So I had to schedule it on my work, like on my lunch break.
Lunch break? Okay,
yeah.
dang.
So, but luckily he's like, it's only gonna be taking like 15 minutes, and my lunch break is only 30 minutes. So I was like, all right.
What was it? What? Wait, if it was on your break, you had to do it on your phone?
Yeah, I did it on my phone in my car, still in my uniform and stuff. Yeah.
My boy was like, "Hey man, please give me the job, dog. I don't want to be here, dog. I don't want to be here."
I went like 3 minutes before, so that I like took my break right like 3 minutes before. So I went to my car, set it up in my car, like looked at the angle and stuff. I'm like, okay, I mean this is gonna have to work, you know what I mean? Like I can't like do some crazy setup because I'm at work, you know.
Funny,
which I probably should have told him too. I'm like, I'm on my lunch break, but I need whatever. I'm sure he assumed.
Makes for the story, bro. It makes a good story.
So I had the interview, and at first, like I was like, okay, this is like okay, like I was sitting there waiting. I was like, not nervous, but kind of nervous, and I was like, is this even real? Like, am I really getting an interview with H3? This is crazy. And I was sitting there, and I was like in the little like waiting room, and then I saw his picture pop up, like that he entered the room.
Yeah.
And
what was it? Zoom?
Google Meets.
Google Meets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his picture is funny. It's like a picture of him with like a wig on and like a mustache. He looks like Dr. Disrespect, which I'm sure you don't know who that is. But he looks like Dr. Disrespect.
Is that Marvel or DC?
Nah, it's like a YouTuber dude.
Oh, okay.
But like as soon as his picture popped up, I started like laughing a little bit because I was like, oh, that's funny. And then he's like, hey, what's up, Adrian? Can you hear me? And I'm like, oh shit, like this is real, you know? Like it was crazy. And I was like, oh yeah.
In the car, like, pitch me there.
I was like, oh shit. And immediately I got like nervous. I was like, oh damn, dude.
Hey, just reference real quick. Dre has been fans of these guys for over 10 years, I think. Something like that.
Like 8-9 years.
He's put me on. He's put me on to who these people are. So Dre has been like I've
been watching Dan since like the literally beginning of the podcast. Since I moved here.
When he say these things, for people that don't understand, these are like he looks up to these guys.
Yeah, yeah, no, especially like Dan. Dan's like the man, dude. Dan's man. So
go ahead,
like, so yeah, so as soon as he like pops up on screen, he's like, "Hey, what's up?" I like immediately got nervous, and I was like, "Oh, like this is crazy." I'm talking to Dan. Like I've been watching this dude on YouTube every day almost for the last 8 years. It's pretty crazy. So so yeah, we started and things are cool. Like I think the interview went really well. He kind of gave me like an idea like what they're kind of looking for.
What are they looking for?
So
no. Actually, should we keep that just in case you got some competition up in here?
Nah, that's fine. I mean, it's whatever. Like I think it's fine. But essentially, like right when Ian left, Ian was a part of like so he was basically telling me like Ian left. Recently Sam left, who was also on the show, and also Cam left, and they all three of them kind of made up their creative team.
Okay.
And did a lot of the creative stuff. So he was saying like basically like he's looking to kind of hire like a new creative team, right? Okay. He's like whether that's 3 people, whether that's 2 people, whether that's 1 person, like we're kind of trying to figure that out.
And then what is that doing? Like
that's like coming up with segments. That's like helping out with like man on the street stuff, like doing videos, doing presentations, like how like Ian would always do like deep dives on like Kanye West and stuff and do like a whole presentation on him or like, you know, stuff like that. Sam helped out with like set design and coming up with like props and stuff for the show, like making costumes, making like different things. She did that, and then Cam was their like Photoshop guy who would like make memes during the show and different stuff. So thumbnails and things, backgrounds for them. So they all did a lot, and I think I'm perfect for this job, and I think I can offer a lot. I'm like, I just don't know where I'm gonna fit in it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was just talking to me about like that's what they're looking for, and I kind of told him like, hold on real quick.
Yeah. What you doing?
Tofu's trying to join the party.
He's trying to get in the door.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, my cat's always trying to open the door. Anyways, so yeah, so we were talking about him, and I mean, I kind of, it's, you know, it's like an interview, right? He's kind of telling me what they're looking for. He kind of already knew a little bit of information based off, like, you know, my email that I sent them and my resume. And I kind of just told him, I was like, yeah, like, you know, we have a podcast. I have a podcast that I run. I do audio, I do video. I went to go for audio engineering. You know, I know how to use Logic. I know how to use Pro Tools. I know how to use Premiere. I know how to use Photoshop. You know, he kind of asked me about live audio and live sound and stuff, and I was like, I haven't. But the one thing about me is, like, you know, I worked in digital marketing for 5 years. I learned a lot of programs. I also went to like an all laptop high school, so I've been using like MacBooks since I was in my freshman year of high school.
I feel like if you know how to audio engineer, you know how to do live.
Yeah, and I think that's like, I'm like, that's just something. It's just another thing I just got to learn real quick, you know. And it's not like it's gonna be like.
On top of all that, man, YouTube University is.
Yeah, exactly.
The greatest.
Yeah. So and that's one thing I was like, the one thing about me is I'm very adaptable. Like I can like learn any system or any software, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, kind of like talked about stuff, and then he knows I'm a dog trainer, so he was like, "Oh, we can use a dog trainer because Ethan has 3 dogs that he brings in all the time that bark and stuff during the show."
Yo! I don't know if they're gonna see this, but that's one thing. I mean, I'm confident about everything this man can do, but I feel like dog training. And
that's like my expertise.
Pets, that's like his alternate, like not alternate. Sorry, that's his like ultra powerful.
Yeah, that's
move.
that's my signature move.
Yeah, signature move. There you go.
Mind you, I did get bit by one of the dogs I trained yesterday.
Oh, really?
My dog, my dog Hunter that I've been training for like a year. He gets crazy when he sees other dogs, and we were at the park yesterday, and we were walking, and there's a dog that we played with last week, but Hunter needs a tennis ball in his mouth when he because he gets like really excited and tries to bite. But when he has a tennis ball, he focuses just on the tennis ball. So he was playing with another dog, but he had the tennis ball in his mouth the whole entire time. I didn't find a tennis ball yesterday for him, and he sees the same dog and he gets excited because the dog snapped at him. So then he started snapping. But then I was like, "Hey, knock it off, dude! Calm down." And he turned around and like started biting my arm and biting my hand. So my hand like hurts when I open it. Like he bit in my like his tooth went in my nerves in my hand, and then like you can see right here where he bit me.
Damn.
See, it's all bruised and stuff, and then right here, and right here. Yeah.
Hell
so,
no.
anyways,
he
didn't break.
What kind of dog was it?
He's a German Shepherd. He's like a fucking like big ass 80-pound, 90-pound German Shepherd, with sharp teeth and a big mouth, and anyways, a little asshole. But he bit me, but it was whatever. I played it off like I didn't get hurt, but it hurt. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so that was yesterday. But yeah, so yeah, we kind of talked. I mean, I think vibes are cool and things are cool, and I think like one thing that he was saying too that was cool, he was like, oh, like you're local kind of, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm in Orange County, and he's like, okay, that's not that bad of a job. Like I've actually talked to a couple people that are like in New York and other states, so it's cool. Like that Orange County's like right there. That's not a bad drive. And so basically, I think I like to think that he was kind of impressed with all the skills that I have, and he saw the music video. The one thing I think I told you, he was like asking me like if I did the music video and stuff, and I was like, nah, I didn't do it, but we put a lot of effort into that music video. I didn't like film it and edit it, but we helped out with it a lot,
I mean, it was simple edits anyway.
Yeah.
I could do that on my CapCut.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah. So,
not saying that I'm gonna get the job. I'm just saying how easy. That music video is. Yeah. No disrespect to Ethan. It's just that was like the most simple of music videos.
Standard stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so we talked for like probably like 15 minutes. Everything was cool. I think we had like a good vibe. I was kind of nervous for a little bit, but then like I felt comfortable talking to him and stuff. And now I kind of guess like the next process would be, he said that he's going to kind of put together a couple people, like some people that he thinks like would be good for it. He's going to show Ethan. Ethan's going to kind of pick some people and then probably set up a second interview with Ethan to talk to people. And then he was saying that it's kind of like if I do end up getting like brought into the show, it would be more of like a trial period where they have me like work for a couple months, or like a month or two, and kind of fill out the vibe, right? Because he's like, it is like a vibe, like it's like a family, like no pun intended, right? That like you're coming in here and it's kind of like they're all just friends hanging out doing a show, right? So I think they want to see that like I would fit in, and
they don't understand.
Yeah,
they don't even understand.
I think I would. Yeah. I mean,
this fool prides himself on hanging out with his friends for UFC fights.
I'm like, I get along with pretty much everybody.
So I think.
And also, like, I work in customer service where like literally these customers come back just to talk to me because they love me so much.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Kind of a drama-free life that we live. Actually.
Yeah. I know, it's nice. It's pretty nice.
So I feel like once you get in there,
I think it's like So now we just kind of wait on the next step and see. Hopefully, like they liked. Hopefully,
which I feel like.
Me.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like if he gave you that much of like the next process, I feel like you're in some type of contention. Because like, why would he say like, "Hey, this is gonna be the next step," or "This might be the next step"? This might be this. Because if he did it at all, I'm not saying if he didn't, but like if it was just like, I don't know, I feel like he wouldn't even. He'd be like, "All right, bro, well, thanks, man." Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I've been in enough interviews growing up, to see where somebody's like, they would tell you like, "Hey, like, well, this are the next process," and then once you hear that, you're like, okay, like. Maybe, but then it always happens to be what they said. But if you go to interview and they're like, "Oh, well, we'll get back to you," it's like, damn. Then
I've definitely had. I think I've only ever had like one bad interview for a job one time, and like I knew in the interview that I was like, okay, this didn't go well. Like like, but this I was like, okay, I feel like pretty good about this, but. Like I said, for me personally, I don't like to get excited about things or like too confident about things until I know for sure that it's happening. Yeah. And then once it's happening, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like we're in, But like I probably won't get excited until like I am literally driving up. Even when I'm driving up there, I'll probably be like a little excited. But once I'm actually at the building, then I'm like, wow, like I'm about to actually meet all these people and work for them and start this process. That's when I'll be excited and like the nerves will probably start kicking in. But for now, I'm just like, okay, cool. It was a cool opportunity. Even just being able to talk to Dan and like get my foot in the door and like him know who I am and stuff, I think is cool. So we'll see what happens.
I think it's cool because what I see honestly, especially because Ethan was DMing you. Yeah. It's like Ethan rocks with you and hopefully me, but us because of what we did for Teddy Fresh, which we did that out of love. It was like we weren't trying to get you a job at the time. Yeah. So it was just out of pure love. So it's like, okay, Ethan saw that and he's rocking with it. And now if Dan is like, okay, like Dre's not a good fit, hypothetically, if he's like Dre's not a good fit, and then he does hire somebody and they're not up to par with like what's happening, it's like, well, Dre was cool, like you know what I mean. So I feel like you're there, you have your foot in the door just in case anything doesn't happen. But I have a strong feeling that you got to get the call back.
And I didn't even think about that, but I think that's like a good thing too, because I think if Dan is like I talked to Adrian, he's pretty cool, like he has good skills and stuff, and then Ethan's like, oh yeah, I've DM'd him before, like he's dope, like right. So I think like hopefully like that's like a good way to get in, but I don't know what their process is. I know on Tuesdays is when Ethan usually does like his own show, like they do like a member show. So I don't know like what their process, like if he's even talked to Ethan yet about the process yet. Like I'm sure he's still in it. Like it just happened yesterday, and he said he had like some more interviews and stuff that he was gonna do. He would let me know.
Or maybe that's what all the employers say to make you on edge.
Yeah, but yeah.
Bro, they always say that. Yeah, I gotta get more interviews in. But I mean, it could be right.
No, but I'm sure he did have some interviews. So like, we'll see what happens. I'm sure like there's people out there with like more skills than me, but like I don't know. Like I feel like I have a really good skill set, and I feel like my ability to like be on camera and talk and be social, and I can do the creative man on the street stuff or like even segments. And I even mentioned like I was like, there's been times where I feel like I could have done like a really good deep dive for you guys. Like I told him, like when you guys talked about Drake and Kendrick, like I would have been perfect for that. I would have been able to break the whole thing down for you guys. And he's like, oh, that's funny. He's like, Ethan used to do those or Ian used to do those like really deep dives where he'd do like a presentation about like Kanye or whatever. And he's like, so kind of like looking for that too. So that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. See?
Anyway, I felt like it went well.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm not like, I don't want to get my hopes up because this is one of those things where it's like one of those big dreams that's like, it seems unreal. Like it doesn't seem like real. Like it's like auditioning for like a movie, like a Marvel movie, and then and then they're like, like you're getting closer to getting the role, but it doesn't seem real. Like I'm like, I don't like this doesn't seem like a real thing that I can actually do.
I get it.
But I feel like the fact that I even talked to them, I'm like, this is crazy. Like this is real. Like right.
I'll give you an example of
it just
like
seems insane.
With my situation with Hop.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of those like. I was trying to get signed, obviously.
Yeah.
But Jamie just reached out and was like, what do you do? Like,
I
was like, I Uber. Like, I Uber and make music. She's like, you want a job? And I was like, yeah. And she interviewed me, and she was like, oh, okay. Like, well, we can have you work. And it didn't. For me, it was like working admin. Like, I hadn't met Hop working for UP yet. It wasn't until I went to a music video where I was like, oh man, I'm like here, and he's like, what's up, Avery? Like, and he's just embraced me. It's like, yo, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel
now
like
you're hanging out with this fool.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying like I feel like it's gonna come, bro. Like I feel like it's gonna come because you put in the work and you rock with them heavy. Like, dog,
that was another thing.
I rock with Hop like for I think I started listening to Hop, like high school, and like I think I spoke it into existence. I believed it. I was always up to par with what he was doing because I look up to him as an artist. So it was the opportunity presented itself, and boom, I was able to get hired, and I now work for Jamie and Hop. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're on the same trajectory, bro.
Yeah. I'm excited. I was gonna say because he even mentioned like he's like, oh, like I don't know how familiar you are with the show. And he's like, I don't want to assume that like you like know a lot about the show or anything that you've been like that you watch. And I was like,
he tells me everything I need to know.
I've been watching probably for like 8 or 9 years, dude. Like, and he's like, oh really? Wow. And like I was like, yeah, like I've watched like pretty much every episode since like since I discovered you guys. Like I don't even know, it was like 2000 and like. Well, I moved here in 2015, so probably like 2016, 2017, right? So it's been like a long time. Like, So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck, guys. I mean, like I said, when I sent the email, I was like, wish me luck that I even get an interview, right? And I just had the interview yesterday. So now, wish me luck that I actually get a chance to show my skills and be a part of this show, because I think it'd be my dream come true. It's like, it seems unreal. Like, to be a fan of something for so long and be like, man, I feel like I'd be a good fit there, and I feel like I would do really good on that show, and then now to come to this point where it's like I just had an interview with Dan, Dan Swerdlove, the producer, man, like Dan the man, like
That's
Dan, like it's crazy.
I said it before. I've been saying it for like what, 3 episodes now.
Yeah,
this is your job, dog.
And
this is theirs. It's for you, bro.
I get nervous. I get nervous because I don't, like I said, I get nervous. I don't want to get too excited, and then they're like, oh, we decided to go somewhere else, and I'm like, okay, I get it, but like, it's just like I feel like I'm so perfect for this fucking role, but. We'll see. But in the meantime, yes, that's it. Cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Keep showing support.
Yes, we appreciate y'all for being here.
Yeah.
For being here, man. Thank y'all for being here, man.
So we'll see what happens. But Yeah. Well, yeah.
Shout out to the H3 family.
Shout out to the family. So we'll see what happens. And I think the fact that we were willing to post like the music video during this time where like they're having like issues with like everything and people are kind of like turning against them. I think that shows also the fact that I'm like not afraid of that stuff, right?
Which is so weird. Like, cause I'm like getting into a lot of well, I don't watch every day, but I watch what you basically tell me, kind of like with the,
like what's going on with H3 and stuff.
With
Yeah,
the
iDubbbz.
Guy. It's like, yo, like I just don't I never understood the whole point of like, cause that's what I was gonna say. I watched Ethan's video, so he has a new video.
Yeah.
I think it's like a 15-minute video, or something like that, and he's talking about the eDubbbz dude, or what is it called? iDubbbz dude.
Yeah.
Talk about iDubbbz dude, and like, and it shows those people like
how they had a swastika sword and stuff.
So
hard on Ethan and stuff.
And it's like, dang, dude, like I mean, I don't know. I'm in a different zone of like music, and people go hard on music, but like.
I mean, this is like political and like ideological like stances and like it's really fucking crazy.
But
and honestly,
you know what? Let's pivot, dog.
It's wild. It's wild.
I think it's crazy how we live on this earth and like one side wants a piece or something and like it's not reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you want peace, you got to bring peace with it.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean? So like when I see these people talking about Ethan's this or Ethan's that, like wouldn't you, like if you feel a way, wouldn't you, with the way you believe or whoever you believe in, wouldn't that person want to cease fire and be like, hey, like, I want peace? This is not just for Palestine or Israel. I'm talking about like Christian stuff too, because I think I told you about my song, my MAGA song. I said MAGA is a cult, like, because you got to think about those MAGA people, and I don't care at this point. I'm really pissed off. I can't wait to put the song out. Because it's like, if you think about it, I'm so deep into like this vibe of like, yo, these people say they're Christian. I was born in Christianity. Like I know what it means to be this type of like person. And you know what a Christian is supposed to be? Loving and caring. Yeah, and forgiving. And forgiving. MAGA is not none of that. Yeah. So a Christian MAGA is hateful. Yeah. And I get it. I get it. There are things that in the Bible says we're not supposed to do, but God doesn't hate RuPaul for doing drag. Yeah. Yes, it might be wrong in the eyes of whatever, but God doesn't hate him. Yeah, God loves everyone.
God created them.
Yes.
So like you can't be mad.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
So and it's not just that. It's like the whole the baby thing too. Yeah. The what is it called?
Abortion.
Yeah, abortion thing too. It's like man, yo, like God doesn't hate that girl for doing what she did. Yeah. She knows her heart. So he knows more than anything that she probably really had to do this. Like God probably had a way out for her, but he's like, yo, she's human and like. She felt this was the only way for her to do it. So for a MAGA person to sit there and hate on it and judge is crazy. So it goes further beyond the whole Palestine-Israel thing. It goes to Christian, whatever, you know what I mean? Like the only I'm not gonna lie, the only people that I could really see kind of doing it right is the Buddha people, because they're just kind and, you know, peaceful. Not saying that their religion is right. I'm just saying like they treat people with love.
Buddhism is right.
You know what I'm saying? It's for me, I feel like it's crazy. But yeah, I don't want to go too deep into politics and all that stuff. It's just like I see what the people coming after Ethan are doing.
Yeah, they're super hypocritical.
But I see Ethan and like, I'm gonna be real, bro. I've never once seen him bash someone on their religious beliefs. He's always bashed them on like, yo, you're
dumb, basically.
Yeah. So
I think the one
crazy,
his take I've never really seen him have like a bad take. Like every time he says something or every time he goes, it's like I don't know, like when they attack Ethan, it's funny because I'm just like, you have no idea what you're doing. Like it's like the same thing as for example, like my guy Ariel Helwani, right? I love watching Ariel Helwani. I watch him every day. Yeah. When someone comes at Ariel Helwani, he's like Brennan Schaub or whoever like comes at Ariel Helwani, he always says, if you come for the king, you best not miss. Mm-hmm. Because if you misstep or like lie about it, I will literally pull all the receipts and call you out, and like I'm gonna They call him Mr. 10-7. So if you guys don't know, in UFC, the way that a round is scored is like a 10-point must system, right? So let's say me and Avery are fighting, and I win the round. I'd probably get like a 10 points for that, and you get 9 points. Mm-hmm. Now, if I really beat you up or you really beat me up, then it would be like a 10-8. And then if it's like crazy, where like you pretty much almost died in that round, it's like a 10-7.
Okay.
Right? So he says he's like the king of 10-7s. Like anyone who comes for him, he's like, I get 10 points, you get 7. Like I literally like beat your ass in this debate. And that's how I feel with everything that Ethan does. Every time they come for him, it's like a 10-7, dude. Like he takes all their points and buries them and like makes them look so stupid and just like shows how hypocritical they are and how they're lying and how like it's, and I'm like, dude, why do they keep coming for this dude? Like you don't want to fuck with Ethan, dude. Like he's so good at this. Like this is what he's done for his whole life. Like you just do not want to come for him. He's too smart. He's too like good at what he does. Like you don't want to. So I was just like, I don't know. It's so funny.
I'm just a big believer of like peace and like seeing the type of people that come after Ethan. I feel like they want peace for their belief, whatever they believe in, but they're bringing the negativity. Yeah, like that's crazy.
I think one of the big things
that's crazy.
The one thing that always like, and this isn't even to like, even if I wasn't like in this whole interview process stuff with the show, this is one thing I always think about when I'm watching H3 is anytime they come for Ethan and like try to say that Ethan's this bad dude or they say all this stuff about him, I'm like, look at the people who are around him. Like Dan has been with him since the beginning of this podcast. Yeah. Dan is such a smart, like, good person, and like he's so like one of the smartest people. Like, I mean, just a super intelligent, like, well-meaning person. Like, do you think he would be sticking by Ethan for so long and always support him and do all this stuff if he really felt that Ethan was wrong about stuff? Yeah. Like, you know, I'm like, he'll call Ethan out, he'll say stuff, but. And it's like, dude, like if Ethan was this really such a bad person that they try to make him out to be, do you think that Dan would stick by him this whole entire time, or that like any of these people stick by him? Yeah,
the same thing is. I don't know how true this is, but I think I've seen something about AB. Isn't he like Arab?
He's from Libya, his parents, I think.
But
so
like,
he's Arab, that's
what I'm saying.
He's like Muslim.
He's
so
right there with them, like
and he's defending Ethan, like but people like try to call AB out. That's like the whole big thing too. Is that that's why when you were asking like, oh, is Lena on the show and stuff? I'm like, that's why she doesn't really talk because of all this stuff.
Oh dang!
They're saying like, oh, AB and Lena are traitors. Like, how can you work for an Israeli and work for Ela, who is like an IDF? It's just so dumb. It's so stupid.
Man, that's
like
crazy.
Ethan can. Like, people can literally, like, say all this shit about Ethan and Ela, and then Ethan will be like, you're wrong, here's why you're wrong, and they just ignore that, and they're like, no, but you did, like, it's so dumb, dude. Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, that last video, like I said, the last video that I saw was so clean, because he was talking about the dude where he was like, I think he apologized. He was like, "Oh, I want to bring
be
like
friends, like whatever. Like we can. I think he mentioned like, oh, hopefully we can. You heal yourself and then we can be friends and make this up." And it's like, nah.
He said he put up a video where the dude was like, "I want to just bring I feel disrespectful to people," and he was like,
"Oh," when he was like saying like he's like the king of empathy now, and all
then
this stuff.
And the crazy thing is, the guy who called the CPS was being savage and talking about like killing Ela or something like that. Like, yo, that's like
bad empanada.
Even that, how can you have peace on your side?
Yeah, it's.
But the craziest thing, they
don't believe in peace.
I'm done after this. The craziest thing is, I think these politicians and government people, they're puppeteering a lot of these like characters, a lot of these people that really go hard. Because, bro, like, you're telling me, last thing, I'm sorry, because I don't want to go too deep on this. I see all these people posting, free Palestine. Gotta free them. It sucks. Yeah. Gotta free them. But, like, people go after the Israel people that died and they don't care.
Yeah.
What?
That's like the whole
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, yo, I don't know anything. I don't know the reason behind all that's happening over there. But, like, I see kids dying in Palestine. I'm like, yo, that sucks, bro.
And but that doesn't make it right that Israelis die. You know what I mean?
Like, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, yo, that sucks, bro. And then I was like, oh, dang, why did they do that over there? Dude, that sucks. Okay, the government people the military people need to stop, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the higher ups that's like, well, yeah.
What's happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody needs to stop. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, so you can't, I feel like you can't be mad you can't be mad at these people that's not the government.
Yeah.
Like, so I saw a video. It was like somebody was asking Palestinian people about Israel people. They're like, fuck them. I hope they die. Whatever.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But the same thing. Israel people were asked about Palestine. They're like, fuck them. I hope they die. It's like, whoa. Like, you guys don't understand. The higher ups is like that's like Trump right now.
Yeah.
If Trump right now is doing what he's doing with China, and if China's like, fuck Americans, it's like, no, dog. I mean, not everybody. I feel like it's a lot of people that do believe in what Trump is doing, but not me. I don't. I want China to. I want to be cool with China.
Yeah.
So I don't want a Chinese person to be like, man, fuck Americans. Like that dude right there with the dreads, kill him.
Yeah.
Like no, I don't want to. I don't want to be a part of his sins.
I mean, if you go to China, you'll be treated like I Show Speed.
They love him. They love him. They love him. Yeah.
Did you see like millions of people came out to see him?
But I feel like it's deep. I feel like it's deeper than what we're seeing, and like no one's talking about like.
It's a complicated topic. Honestly, let's not get too deep into it because it's just like it drags down the mood.
I'm sorry because I'm writing about it.
Oh yeah.
I'm writing about it,
no,
and like
good.
I have a song that I'm really excited to release, and I know it's very controversial, which I've never done a controversial song.
Yeah,
which I think is.
I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be dope as fuck.
Really good. But yeah, it just ties up into what I'm seeing from your boy Ethan.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, let's get back to the fun stuff because this is not a political podcast.
Yes. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk about good, wholesome, fun stuff.
Which I think the first thing that we should talk about is what I've been waiting on, bro. I've been waiting, bro.
There's a few things I could think of that we could talk about.
It's the biggest one. It's your favorite.
Is it The Last of Us?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Bro, all right. Spoilers
ahead, okay?
Hey, if you have not watched The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, get off of here.
Yeah, do
right
not watch this. Leave the podcast. You guys can come back later. Who cares? Whatever. This is,
bruh.
Just leave because what we're about to talk about right now is a huge spoiler. If you don't know, you're about to know. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay,
you've been warned.
You've been warned. Don't get mad at us because some of you guys get mad at us, dude.
Bro,
okay.
The thing. Okay, let's talk about.
Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just came out. Episode 2 just came out. It had one of the craziest things that happened in the show ever. But so I think we kind of talked about it, and I think we both knew that this was gonna happen, right?
So yeah.
Because I want to know what you knew and what you didn't know. Because I already knew that this was gonna happen. The thing about it, and I'm gonna say it. So don't get mad if I say it, okay?
We've been warned, bro.
Joel died, right?
Yeah.
And not that he died. This motherfucker was killed brutally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was insane. And if you don't know, I mean, if you're here, you should know. But like, Joel is the main character due to the show. So I mean, one of the main characters. Like, he's literally the guy we've been following like this whole entire time. Yeah. So for him to die is fucking crazy. Now,
which is what we used to say about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like you if the main characters can die, like that's like it's a good show, right? Because it's just like it keeps you on your toes, and like that's the big thing we always talk about too is. Like high stakes, right? In a show, in a movie, in whatever, like which we're gonna talk about Sinners too. Not Sinners 2, but Sinners also. Yeah. Because we went to go see Sinners. Avery saw it twice already. I'm about to go see it again on Friday too. But in Sinners as well, like there's stuff that happens in it that I'm like it's like main characters, high stakes, like things that happen, right? So like because in most TV shows and movies, right? You kind of go into it like knowing, okay, this is the main character, like nothing's gonna happen to them. Like when I'm watching a Spider-Man movie, like I know Spider-Man's not gonna die because Spider-Man, except for the last Spider-Man, which I thought he possibly could have died, right? But
the animated one,
because I was like, is this motherfucker gonna die right now? Like this is crazy. But they never die, right? But in this one, it catches you off guard because you're like, oh, like he's gonna get out of this. Like they always get out of it. Yeah. And then for him to get killed like that, you're like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? Where do we go from here?
And the thing is, when we talked about, I made maybe last episode or episode before is, it was spoiled for me. Like in the comments, somebody was like,
that sucks. That it's spoiled for you.
Yeah, somebody spoiled it for me. In the comments about the video game though, which I shouldn't have watched that thing, but it was about the video game, and they were talking about the video game or whatever, and somebody in the comments was like, yeah, we all know Joel dies, and I was like, oh, what? So watching this one, I'm like, okay, like that's another thing. Somebody else under the comments was like, yo, but the movie, the TV did something different last season, so they might just keep Joel around, especially because Pedro Pascal is so big. So I was watching this like, ooh, he might die. He might not die actually because she don't look that hard. And that was the pump fake.
Yeah,
that was the pump fake. So watching this episode, it was like this girl. Obviously, she has a lot of vengeance. She's very mad.
Abby.
And in the beginning of the episode, from what I see, it's like okay, whatever. And then she goes down the thing and runs from the infected.
Yeah.
And like she gets saved by Joel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, she weak. She can't mess with my nigga Joel. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was my brain. Like it was like, yo, like she's gonna try and Joel's gonna beat her up. And like she's probably what's gonna happen is probably because I heard what somebody said, Joel's gonna die. I was like, and what's gonna happen? They're gonna plot and Joel's gonna die probably later. You know what I mean?
I did not expect it to happen so.
Yes, exactly. I didn't expect it to happen this episode.
Like I knew it was gonna happen, but I didn't because I didn't play the game. I played the first game, but I didn't play the second game.
Yeah.
And so, but I knew that it was gonna happen because I remember like once you start playing the game, I think you start getting into the lore of it and you like get interested in the story. And I think from the season 1, like new Rockstars would always do this thing at the very end of their episodes where they're like, spoiler section, like do not watch this if you do not want to be spoiled. Like we're going to talk about the video game and what happened, so do not watch this if you don't want to get spoiled. Yeah. And I always get like teased by that. I'm like, all right, I gotta watch it. And so I watched it and then I saw that he dies and I was like, oh, what the fuck. But I didn't know. But a cool thing though is my girlfriend, she didn't know. She had no idea. So we're watching, and I started like actually kind of dozing off because I was late. I worked like even today, like I worked at freaking 2 a.m. this morning, which is insane. I got home from work at 10:30 a.m. and passed the fuck out. I woke up like 5 minutes before Avery got here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
that's why you need to work for HD.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably be tired then driving to LA and stuff too, but whatever. It'll be worth it.
Yeah, it'll be worth it rather
than what I'm doing
dogs.
now. Yeah, not even that, dude. Fucking redoing whole planners of sets of inventory, and it's just anyways. But regardless, I started dozing off, and then I woke up because my girlfriend was like, "No, what?" No, like she was freaking out, dude. She was going crazy, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." I knew this was gonna happen, but then so I had to like actually rewind it and rewatch it again because I was just like, "Oh shit," because I had dozed off for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I woke up to her like being like, "What the fuck? Like what the fuck? Like no, he can't die. Like he's no." Like, is he dead?
Yeah.
Like, is he really dead?
Oh, yeah,
like, there's
dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead for sure.
I woke up to when she was like beating him, and then like
she was beating the brakes off him.
Yeah, and then that's when, and I was like, oh, this is when it happens.
Yeah.
And then when she stabbed him in the neck, Cat freaked out, and I was just like, yep.
And
I've been waiting for this moment.
Bruh, shout out to old girl. Bella, what's her name? Bella what?
I don't know her last name. Bella something though.
The young chick, the one
who plays Ellie.
Ellie, the young chick Ellie. Bro, her cries for him.
Yeah.
She
was like, get up.
That was like masterpiece films, dog.
So you know what's crazy?
I was like, dog, I was like, yo.
Now that you watched this episode, you should watch the gameplay, like the video from the game.
Okay.
Because that's what exactly. As soon as I was done, I watched the game and to see how different it was. So like in the game, his brother's with him in that scene.
Oh, it's not Ellie.
Yeah. So he saves Abby. Him and his brother. They go back to like wherever they're at, and as soon as they're like in the game, as soon as they're like he's like, oh, I'm Tommy. This is my brother Joel. Or he says his name Joel. As soon as they say his name, they all like turn, and like everyone in the room like turns, and she immediately just gets a shotgun and shoots him in the leg. And then they're like, and then they start like doing the whole like that scene kind of plays out very similar to the game.
It's just that it's Tommy instead of
yeah. And they kind of just like knock Tommy out, and then like this whole thing happens. But man.
But
yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it was a crazy thing.
I think that was better. I mean, I don't want to say better, but I think Ellie hit harder than if Tommy was there.
But Ellie still shows up in the game.
Oh, okay.
But like she was, because in this one he had that girl with him, the other girl.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So and they put her to sleep. So like that's a big difference. And then, but it's the same thing where Ellie comes into the room and she sees it, and then like they kill her in front of her. Kill Joel in front of her. But This is where it gets kind of crazy, and this is since this episode came out. Well, it came out on Sunday. I've watched a bunch of videos of people debating and talking about like this whole thing, right? And it's a very interesting concept because, and I think this is really cool to talk about, and I think this is really interesting about the game and about the show, right?
Oh, before you say this, hold that thought.
Go.
Because I watched it and immediately just like tweet it, or I'll put it on Facebook and what is it called? Threads. And I was like, yo, I just finished watching season 2, episode 2 of Last of Us, and I'm so glad I didn't play the video game because this hit harder than if I was playing a video game, bro. And everybody was like, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, hell no, dog, the video game messed me up. Well, that's
the thing. Okay,
and I'm like, bro, like I like video games, but like it's a game. Like I don't think for me personally, I'm not connected to a video game character more than I am to a TV show character, because they give that emotion that's different. Like the best video game I played that has commentary, I guess, is like a GTA storyline. Yeah. And it's like, it's cool, but it's not, you know what I mean? I don't fall in love.
So let me tell you this. So this is,
oh no, Uncharted. Sorry, Uncharted.
Okay.
Uncharted was great.
So
but I didn't cry. I didn't feel, you know what I mean?
Naughty Dog is the people who make Last of Us. They also made Uncharted.
Okay.
So the one thing that about this thing is like, yes, I get what you're saying, but if you play the game, it plays out very much like a movie. And the way that they filmed, the way that they made Last of Us, they had real actors playing the things with motion capture on them and stuff. So it's like how they did Avatar. Yeah. Right? It's like the same thing. So it is very like the same. Like it's like a movie you're playing, right? Yeah. But
I don't know,
I think for the people who played the game when it happened, it was huge, because you have to think about it. They played this game, The Last of Us. You're Joel, right? You're Joel and you're Ellie, like that game, like the whole game. So you're following Joel. You're like that the last scene in season 1 where he is in the hospital. You play that whole scene, and even if you don't agree with his decision, like you still have to. You still have to do it, right? Yeah. You're being forced to. If you want to finish the game, you're being forced to agree with his decision to kill everyone in there, even if you don't agree with it in real life. Yeah. You're kind of like, okay, like in order to beat this game, I have to do the thing that like kill everyone, all these people in this hospital. Yeah. You know, which is that the right decision? That's kind of the whole concept of the game, or the whole like idea of it, right? It's like Joel made a selfish decision to kill everyone in that hospital in order to save Ellie, but by doing that, you're taking out humanity's best choice. Like if they would have killed Ellie and made a cure, that could have saved millions of people. Yeah. And you sacrificed that, and you took that choice away by killing everyone, and now there's no option for them to save everyone now, because you just took out one of the best doctors and all the stuff, right? So like Joel's being selfish in that moment. But here's what's interesting, but anyway, so on the same topic too real quick, is I guess when the game came out, that moment caught everyone off guard. Like that was like a huge thing in the gaming community, because you've been playing Joel this whole time, you're invested in the story, and in the beginning of the game Joel dies, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like this is the character that I've been playing. Like my main character that I'm playing on the game just died. Yeah. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like what do I do now? So and then also in the game they force you to play as Abby.
Oh, so you're have playing to kill as the character Abby that you've been playing for.
Yeah, and you don't know her backstory and like all this stuff, so it throws you completely off in the game. So I think actually the game does it a little bit better, catching you off guard, because you start off as Abby and you're playing, and you're like, okay, who is this? I'm just like playing as this girl. Like, what's her story? Like, you don't really know. Yeah, and then you get to the part where you get saved by Joel, and then that scene happens where she kills Joel, and you're like, what the fuck? This character.
So in the game they don't explain that she's off top. They don't explain that she's.
At first they explain it later. So that I think that caught a lot of people off guard in the game, and like that's why it's so controversial, and that's why it's so big, and that's why they're able to do this for the show. Right now, this is the big thing that I was thinking about too, and I think this is a great thing that the game talks about, or that the creator of this like kind of like makes it think, right? Because let's say, like, yes. We're sad because we love Joel. Yeah. And Joel got killed. Yeah. But let's switch perspective a little bit.
Oh no, I mean,
if you're in her shoes, like if we were telling the story through Abby's eyes, this guy just killed everyone that you know in your family, and if we had been following the show from Abby's perspective, we would be rooting for her to kill Joel. Yeah. Right? But because we're following Joel, we're upset about it. So it forces you to be like,
The thing is,
who's right, who's wrong.
Yeah, the thing is, when I was watching it, I was like, because at the time of the season 1 ending, the finale, I was like, yo, Joel, you idiot, like, bro, like, what are you doing? And then you in my brain, I was like, all right, well, I got why he did it, but like I don't agree with this choice.
Yeah.
So now understanding who this girl is, it's like I get it. So it sucks, but I'm understanding.
But that's why this is so good.
Yeah,
You get it? Like that's why it's so good because it's not just like a single perspective or narrative. Like you're kind of. That's why this story is one of the best stories, right?
The cool thing I like about this situation that's happening is like, okay, a series of unfortunate events. Ellie's at the hospital. Joel murders everybody, gets her out of the hospital, lies to her, takes her to this place, whatever. What's her name? Abby. Abby comes, kills Joel.
Yeah.
Now we have another series that turns.
Yeah.
Ellie only knows she doesn't know that he lied. She had a speculation.
I think she does know, but we don't know in the show.
I feel like it's just speculation. I feel like she doesn't know exactly.
I don't think she knows like to the full extent of it.
So
I don't know.
I feel like in her eyes, it's like, yo, this girl just came through and murdered my. You know what I'm saying? And,
her dad, basically.
Yeah, and I think even if Abby's like, yo, he did this, Ellie doesn't care, and she's gonna go vengeance mode.
But yes, and that's what's crazy, right? It's just like it's a never ending series of revenge. Because now, like, let's say Ellie kills Abby. Now her boyfriend,
what's his name?
Joaquin Torres.
Yeah,
Joaquin Torres.
Because he
the Falcon.
like everybody else is like, is his real name Joaquin Torres?
I think that might be his name in the movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. But so everybody in that room was very, except for the black chick, she was very like, oh, mad. But like the boyfriend and the other like Hispanic girl were very like, dude, come on.
Yeah, you're being too much.
But Falcon,
the boyfriend was like,
but
end it now.
He
like,
did, but he was like. He was like,
don't be so brutal about it, kind of like, but he also let her do it too.
Kind of like
hesitant a little bit, I guess.
Empathetic, I guess.
Oh yeah, a little empathetic.
Because he's like, just kill him, like you know what I mean? Like he.
But she said
even
too.
when she was beating him up, it's like Abby, like you know what I mean? So him and the Hispanic chick were very like hesitant, but then the black chick and the Falcon are like they're.
Like fuck this dude,
because he said pendejo when he was leaving.
Yeah.
So
and spit on him.
He spit on him. I didn't see that. Damn, I didn't see that.
Like spit on him.
Okay, but like it's like so they have vengeance too.
Yeah.
So Ellie has a hill to climb. Well, Tommy too. Ellie and Tommy about to go crazy.
I mean, this show's about to get fucking wild.
Ellie, Tommy, and
like, where do you go from here? Like that's what's crazy about it because I feel like it's like that's the game though, right? It's like that's the story. That's this whole show. It's like now where do we go from here? Because you just killed Joel, so now, and even Ellie said it. She's like, "I'm gonna kill every single one of you." Like,
which is crazy, bro. When I think about post-apocalyptic like movies and shows, and it's like, bro, I look at this, look at The Walking Dead, I look at like World War Z, all these movies, and I'm like, yo, like, yes, the infected are the problem, but people are the problem. Bro, I don't want to be here when a post-apocalyptic thing happens.
That's so funny you say that, because that's like part of the thing, right? And like I think Screen Crush or New Rockstars, they were talking about it, and they were saying like that's ultimately like the thing too is that's why the cordyceps is winning, because the cordyceps works together. Yeah. Right? It's like a hive mind. Like they are the better species for Earth, technically, right? Like they almost deserve to be on Earth more than us, because look at what we do to each other. Yeah. Look at even in this world where we're all fighting a single enemy, we're still fighting against each other. Yeah. Right? So it's like you can't like maybe the cordyceps deserves to kill all the humans and take over because humans they don't deserve Earth from the way that they treat it. You know, so it's just like it's like a crazy like there's so many like layered deep meanings to this show that in this story. I wouldn't even say the show, I would say like the story in general, because it was a game first, right? So it's just the story in general of like it's a fucking crazy concept. Like, who's in the right? Is the cordyceps right for like killing all the humans? Are the humans right? Is Ellie right? Is Joel right? Like, it's like you know. And another big thing that they point out in the when they were talking about this is like Joel. The reason that Ellie's so mad at Joel is because like he ultimately like no one's right, because even like the doctors, like, right, like the doctors were gonna kill Ellie to save humanity, but like they were also gonna kill a kid. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like the doctor's not right either, because like the Hippocratic Oath is like cause no harm. Yeah. So as a doctor, you're not supposed to cause harm. So to kill like a kid to like make a cure is like fucked up too. So like the doctor's in the wrong for that. everyone's wrong,
Yeah,
dude. It's like
crazy.
Everyone's wrong. So who do you really like?
Yeah.
Whose side can you even really be on, except for just being like,
even,
I like Ellie.
even earlier. I don't know. I don't know if the showrunners meant to do this, but like, what's his name was? I think it's episode 2. I think it's episode 2. Where Joel was mad, people were going inside. It's
the
like
refugees,
and nigga,
stuff, yeah.
like where they gonna go? You feel me? So it's like you're on Joel's side. It's like, damn. So it's the same thing with Ellie too. It's like, yo, Joel low-key saved you. Why are you mad at him? Like, it's a lot of layers to like all these characters of you know what I mean.
And Joel, like, let's be real. Like, obviously we're following Joel and we like Joel, but like he's not a good person.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, like. Think about what he was doing before when this show first started. He talked about in like season 1 how him and Tess, remember his friend Tess, like girl that like from the very first episodes, that the white chick who ends up like getting bit and stuff. It was him and her with Ellie.
They were like stealing something, right?
They were like faking their injuries and like killing people and robbing them and like doing remember they even talked about it, like, we've done terrible things, like we don't deserve
stealing stuff.
They were stealing stuff, but they were like killing people to get stuff and doing like evil stuff. And that's why Joel even had this reputation of being like this guy, because he was willing to like kill people and do things to get whatever he needed to do, right? He was like selling drugs, like he was doing all this stuff. Like, so he's never been a good person.
Yeah, until
Ellie technically, but even then it's like he took her choice away too. Like, what if Ellie wanted to make that sacrifice, but he didn't even give her that choice. Like, no one gave her that choice. So that's why she's also mad too, because I think that's why she's so mad at Joel, is because she like didn't even have the choice of being like, well, maybe I wanted to get sacrificed, because her thing too is like her mom died in order for Ellie to live, and also her friend Riley or whatever died. Yeah, her girlfriend.
And then the little homie.
So to her, she's like, if I have a chance to save the world from my blood, like fuck it, like let me die. But they didn't give her that choice. You know what I mean? So she was even stripped from that choice. So it's like, who's really in the right here? Like, everyone's kind of wrong, except for maybe Ellie. Like, I feel like Ellie's the only one that we can look at and be like, okay, she's kind of good. You know what I mean? But even then, it's like, I don't know. No,
it is.
I don't know.
She hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
She literally hasn't done anything wrong, but be mad at Joel, but it was warranted to be mad at him.
Because
she hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah, he lied to her, and she didn't even know, like, she could have saved humanity. Yeah. And he made that choice for her. Yeah, so to save her.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
Ellie, I guess Ellie is the what's it called?
The hero, I guess.
Protagonist.
Yeah. But even like I said, right? If you look at it from Abby's perspective, she's also a protagonist in the story too, because to her, like, she was just like probably happy with her dad. Like, her dad's a doctor. She's like living life. They're just trying to survive in this thing. And now her dad just got killed, and all of her friends and all of her family and everyone that she's known in this post-apocalyptic world that's been helping her live for this whole time. Yeah. They all just got killed by some random fucking dude. Yeah. Right? So to her, she's like, fuck this dude. I got to kill this guy. Yeah. To vengeance for my family. Like, her life was probably just chilling, like living how good can you really live in the post-apocalyptic?
Which is crazy too, because I was thinking when Abby came up, and like, it's like they went all this way, and like you could see her going down that mountain, and like just going. It's like, yo, like in my brain when I was first watching, I was like, yo, why? Like, dog, like the world's ending. What are you doing? And then I was like, yeah, the world's ending. Do that. It's the last thing you can do. Like, there's nothing. You just lost your dad. Like, get your vengeance, dog. I understand. Yeah. I understand. But hey, hell of a show, dog.
What a fucking show. And I can't wait to see where it goes from here, because I don't really like. I think as much as I know about the game, like the season 2, right, or like season 2 or The Last of Us Part 2, the only thing I really knew was that Joel died. So I think from here on out, like, I'm gonna be completely surprised by whatever happens.
Yeah, that's why.
So I think like I'm trying to avoid from spoilers.
So I'm staying away from Screen Crush. Freaking, I don't even open, because it you know what?
Screen Crush is doing a good job of not spoiling.
I love Screen Crush. I love New Rockstars, but I feel like they help me when I don't understand, and I feel like I'm really understanding this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing like I need. It's Screen Crush. I go to Screen Crush a lot.
I think Screen Crush is better for this one.
What do you call it? Like a recap.
Yeah.
Like a recap or something. But I go to them after it's done.
Yeah.
Like after.
Well, I think I just watched a video from Screen Crush today where it was him and two people that work on Screen Crush, and they were talking about everything that we were kind of talking about now. Is like, it's such an interesting story about. Because it gave me perspective about things. Because I didn't really think about Abby's perspective. I was just like, man, fuck this chick. Like, she sucks. Like, I hate it. Yeah, it's so funny because Pedro Pascal posted a picture with the actress of Abby on Instagram, and I commented and I would put "fuck this bitch," and then like it wouldn't let me post it, and then I was like, okay, F this chick. Like I wrote that, and then Kat saw it, and she's like, delete that comment. Like if you're trying to work for H3, you cannot like be posting stuff like this. And I was like, okay, maybe you're right. So I deleted it. But like that was my mindset going into it, right? Until I watched the Screen Crush thing.
He had to post it. He had to post her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's so beloved. Everybody's probably pissed off at her.
Oh yeah, people probably hate her. But at the same time, like right, I thought that, and then Kat was like, you can't say that, and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. But then watching it today, I'm like, oh yeah, like it's true. Like from her perspective, she's in the right. And if the story was just a little bit different, right? It's funny. It makes you really think about storytelling and how whoever's perspective it's from is kind of always a protagonist, right? It's interesting that way. Because for us, we're watching it, and we're watching it from Joel's eyes and from Ellie's eyes. So to us, we're like, fuck Abby, she sucks. But if it was we were watching Abby's story, we would be like, fuck Joel, fuck Ellie, like both of them should die. Like this is dumb, you know?
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I think that whole thing is interesting, and I wouldn't have thought about that unless I watched the Screen Crush video today. So I was like, it's pretty cool. So shout out to Screen Crush. Shout out to the freaking. You know another thing too that I was thinking about is. I was like, dude, this dude Pedro Pascal is doing so much shit.
He had to die.
Yeah, I was.
He had to die.
But that's what I was thinking. I was
like,
this dude he did Fantastic Four, or he's doing Fantastic Four. All the press, all the media, all that stuff. He's Mandalorian for Grogu and Mandalorian Star Wars world, right? He's doing what else? He's in another thing too that was big. Wasn't he in Dune or something? I don't know. Was he in Dune? No, but he's in something where like I was like, how does this motherfucker have time to make all this stuff? And I was like, oh, because he only shot for fucking a month.
Two freaking episodes.
2 episodes of the season. So he didn't really have to.
Which is probably like a day, maybe. Man, it's like a couple days.
No, yeah, I'm sure it was like a month or something. But still, it's like if he was there for the whole season, he probably wouldn't have been able to do Fantastic Four and all that stuff. But he's probably like, oh yeah, I'll do Fantastic Four because I'm about to die in this shit anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna be there for this whole filming
Which
thing.
is crazy, dog. So, like he's really living right now.
Oh
man.
yeah, I mean,
shout out to Pedro, man.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal's the man. I feel like he's like our, especially right now. I feel like he's like our generation's actor, like right now. Like he's like the big star right now. Because
it's like you know,
and especially when Fantastic Four comes out.
You always have. So you got your Brad Pitt and you got your Denzel.
Yeah.
So Pedro's our Brad Pitt right now, and our Denzel is Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
So with that segue.
Good segue. Let's talk about Sinners, okay?
Yo, Sinners is the best film out right now.
Oh, for sure.
Best film out right now.
I highly agree with that. I think
right now, bro.
I think Avery and I both gave it a 10 out of 10, which we're going to talk about. We'll kind of break it down. If you guys haven't watched Sinners, go watch Sinners now. Like it's so worth it. I think
we're gonna spoil it.
We're gonna spoil it. So
spoilers. If you haven't watched Sinners, get off of here, go watch it, and then come back. I'm letting y'all know, man. Spoilers. I'm sorry. Spoilers.
So here's the thing about let's talk about this. I was interested in. Okay, so first and foremost, we're a Marvel podcast. My biggest thing is I love Marvel. I love Marvel movies. I love Marvel TV shows. One of the best Marvel movies is Black Panther. Right? Why? Ryan Coogler. Right? When Ryan Coogler has a new project, we're probably going to go see it. We're going to support it. Just like I think Jordan Peele is one of those actors or one of those directors too. Like anything that Jordan Peele makes, we're going to go see.
Except for that monkey movie. I didn't watch that.
Which one is that?
He produced some monkey movie.
But that's like a production. It's not his. He didn't like. It's not Jordan Peele's movie, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Jordan.
It was
Peele's
like
movie.
He produced or he was a part of it. He helped out with it, but it's like But point being is like anything that Jordan Peele makes, I'm such a fan of him and his movies and his stuff. I'm gonna go see it. Same thing with Ryan Coogler. Now, I think that Monkey Man, which I heard wasn't that good. But I heard it was good, but then it wasn't good.
It said and producer, so it wasn't like
it wasn't like he didn't direct it. He didn't. It was
like
his
this is him. So like us, him, Nope, Get Out. Like this.
Yeah, those are his movies.
Yeah, this is his movie. Yeah.
Which speaking of which, the trailer for him was fucking crazy. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. And I already told y'all, if y'all didn't know, in Bel Air, the new Fresh Prince show, it's a little cheesy, I'm not gonna lie, but Marlon Wayans has an acting role in there as Will Smith's dad, and he has one of the best performances I have ever seen in my life. So that's why I'm super excited for that.
I think he's gonna win an award for this one.
Dude, it's gonna be freaking phenomenal.
Which he deserves. He's such a good actor.
So go ahead, yeah.
But yeah, so it wasn't really like I think Sinners for me. It was on my radar where I was like, I want to support it because I like Ryan Coogler a lot. I always watch his interviews. Like I just like who he is as a person. I like him as as a director.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
no, I'm saying.
Yeah. He's very like from he's very hood.
He's from the Bay. He's
from the Bay, right? So I like how he talks. I just like how he is as a person. So anyway, so I was kind of like wanting to go see it. But then I was like, I don't know if I'm actually going to go see it. But I happened to have the day off, and Avery called me, and he was like, bro, what are you doing right now? I'm like, I'm just chilling at home. He's like, oh, shit, I'm about to go watch Sinners. You want to go? And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I probably wouldn't have gone by myself, or I wouldn't have initiated to be like, hey, let's go watch it.
I mean, the reason I went is because, I rock with Ryan Coogler. And
well, you
Michael
go
B.
see every movie, like, anyways.
But also because he started doing press.
Yeah, the press stuff was
His
interesting.
press stuff. And it was, I think, when I was with Hop, he said this. He was like, he'd never seen director do a press run like he was doing, and it dawned on me. I was like, that's the reason I went. It's because like Ryan Coogler was talking about this, that, and the other.
He was on the Breakfast Club too.
You gotta see it in IMAX. You gotta do this. I did this at the original story. Blah blah blah. And I was like, damn. So that's what pushed me even further to go watch it. Is because he was. It's not like honestly, I haven't seen one Michael B. Jordan interview. Yeah, it's all been
watched one. Yeah,
it's all been Ryan Coogler for me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's the reason that I really wanted to go is because if the director is hyping it up like this, not Michael B. Jordan, not the main actor. If the director is doing that, like the last time we seen that is again what Hop said is like Jordan Peele, Jordan Peele or like Quentin Tarantino. They hype their movies up and then they're bangers.
Yeah, and I think that's what's different about this too is like all those directors you just named, like the movies that they make are them, right? It's not like a like everything that Jordan Peele's made and everything that Quentin Tarantino's made and everything that not everything that Ryan Coogler's made, but this movie in particular is like it's their movie. They wrote it, they directed it, it's their thing. It's an original movie, and I think that's what's caught my attention too. Is like this is an original movie, and after seeing it, it is an original story that I've never seen before. Yeah. Told in the best way, and the directing and the cinematography of it all is insane, and it's just such a fucking good movie. Anyways,
the take on the 30s. I mean, it was a 30s. It was a 30s era, 1932, I guess. Yeah. And the take on it was just like you seen it from a different lens, rather than it being thrown down your throat of blatant racism. Yeah. It was like there, but it was like more in it with the black culture and like even what my boy Moses pointed out, like with the Asian culture, there was there too. Like it's like, dang, dude, like they threw that in there. Yeah, it's like, cool. I just thought that was really cool, like how
because I think a lot of times
amplify the culture.
I think a lot of times we see like the 1930s, we always see it from like the white perspective.
Yes, 100%,
right. So I think that's like a big thing too. That was like interesting to me. Like it's cool. I didn't really know too much about it going into it, but like after watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was awesome. That he's telling it from a black perspective and like what was going on for like black people during that time. So I thought that was really sick too. Like that's a cool concept. Now, we're going to spoil this movie. The first half of the movie going into it, I knew that it was a vampire movie. I knew it was a vampire movie.
Some like monster vibes.
Because I watched an interview with him, and a big thing that got me I don't know if you guys know. Well, no, not Charlemagne, but also Charlemagne. They talked about it. It was really good. But one of my favorite like things is like animated movies, right? Like I love like Kung Fu Panda, and I love like different things like that. Like I love those movies, right? I saw an interview with Ryan Coogler talking about Sinners before I saw the movie, and he was saying that they're like, oh, like you really like animated movies and stuff too, and he's like, yeah, bro, I love like animated movies. And the guy asked him like, did you get any inspiration from those like animated movies? He's like, yeah, man. Have you seen Puss in Boots? And I was like, first off, me and Kat and her nephews went to go see Puss in Boots.
The Shrek thing?
Yeah, but
it's a spinoff, right?
It's a spinoff, but it's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish or whatever. Okay. And that movie's so fucking good, dude. It's so good and it's funny and
Does
it's
it have Shrek in it?
No, Shrek's not in it. Well,
there's like a standalone.
It's a standalone, just Puss in Boots movie.
Okay.
But Ryan Coogler was like, have you seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish? And I was like, oh, what the fuck? He's talking about Puss in Boots? Like, I didn't really think anyone like talked about that, especially like a Ryan Coogler. Like, this is like a hood dude talking about Puss in Boots, you know? So, and the guy was like,
yeah, Puss in Boots, my nigga.
Yeah, and so he was like,
Puss in Boots, my nigga.
And the guy was like, oh yeah, and he's like, yeah, like, do you remember the villain in that movie? and he's like, oh yeah, because the villain in the movie is sick. It's like a wolf, like a big bad wolf, and the villain in Puss in Boots is so scary, dude. He's so fucking creepy and just scary. But in the movie, when they show him from far away, like when you see the villain, like a lot of times, all you see is his eyes glowing red. Yeah. And so Ryan Coogler said that he's like, you remember the villain in that movie? And he's like, yeah. You remember his eyes? And then the guy was like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, that's what I did for the vampires. Like that was I took that from Puss in Boots. And I was like, that's sick. That's a cool thing to incorporate. So that kind of got me to be like, oh damn, like that's cool. I kind of want to go see it now. But I already wanted to see it, but like that made me be like, damn, okay. So as soon as Avery invited me, I was like, oh hell yeah, bro, I'm in. Like let's go. I'll go right now.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I wanted to see it obviously because of Ryan Coogler, but then I rock with Michael B. Jordan heavy as well, and then obviously my baby Haley Steinfeld. Like,
Haley Steinfeld
she's so fine.
Did you see my meme, the meme that I posted where it was like Haley Steinfeld in the movie? She's like, if y'all think you gonna fuck with a bitch, like, it's like some country ass white chick. Yeah. Haley Steinfeld in Sinners.
Dude, she kills it. I watched when I watched it again. I was so focused on her, and like, bro, when she was talking dirty, that was
I know.
I was like, hey yo,
she's
but yeah, like I knew I knew these actors, and I was like, man, I just want to go see it, and then. Yeah, man, I was so surprised by everything because it was such an original kind of like concept of a take on a movie. Like if you think about a 1930s movie, you're not thinking about vampires and you're not thinking about like.
I think you think of like Prohibition. You like I said, we've seen it through like the white side of things, right? So you always think like they always
escaping master, like you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, slave owners, like that was not here. That was like and I love
a tiny part of it, but like
but the thing is, I love that Ryan Coogler made it to where Smoke and Stack left, they dipped, and then they realized like, yo, like, nigga, I'm still that nigga. They came back to the South, and like, you know, when the my favorite part was them getting the money to the Klans dude.
Oh yeah.
Where he was like, yeah, boy. He was like, well, there's no boys here. Because they know, like, nigga, I'm not no slave no more. Nigga, I went to the North. Nigga, like, I came back here for business. So that was dope. You don't see that.
Yeah, you don't see that
in 1930s movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was really cool. And it has nothing to do with, like, race baiting or anything. It's just, like, it was just cool to see because in slave movies you see like, well,
they always make black people seem like weak or like down or something. And this is like a strong black characters that are like that are smart, that are coming here and being like, nah, fuck niggas. That shit. Like you're not we're not just like some dudes working, like we are the men, like coming here to fuck shit up. So anyway, but so the first half of the movie is very much like that thing. And I was telling Avery, I think we talked about it after the movie, but I was like, I could have watched like the vampire stuff happens. When the vampire stuff happens, it's definitely like a different movie kind of, but that whole first part before the vampire stuff even happens, I could have watched the movie. Could have just been the movie, and I would have been like, I was in it, and I was happy with it. But then the vampire stuff happens, and you're like, holy fucking shit, what is going on? This is insane.
So the second time watching it, I take back my comments. Like I told you before, where I was like, it's kind of a slow burn, but like it's not. Watching it again, I was like, oh yeah, man, this is really interesting.
The whole first half of the movie before the vampire stuff happens, I was really into. I liked it. I was like, this is good.
It was good.
I just like the story of Stack and Smoke. I like them like being the dude, like how we're talking about like strong black characters that come back during this time and like they're like starting their own like their own juke joint, and it's just like I love that story and that concept. It was so cool. And then the vampire stuff happens, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot there's vampires in this movie. Like it's so fucking good.
No, facts, man. And then man, it's such a good show because the whole night, like the whole night thing is just they're in one location. They're in one location.
Well, the whole movie takes place in one day.
Yes, and the crazy thing is like everything's happening at that door. Like I remember being in the theater the first time and you saying like, oh yeah, he can't go in because he has to be invited. And I was like, oh shoot! So like
now that you knew that after watching it, like the second time, like you kind of
I'm like, oh, like it's so cool, like how detailed it is with the whole vampire thing. Where,
I think that's another thing too. Is like I feel like you have to kind of know vampire lore. Like one of the right,
but that's the thing. Real quick, you don't because. If it happens the first time, you're like, why the hell did you do that in? And then
once you find out, once you realize
when Smoke's girl, I forget her name, Smoke's girl, the black chick. She's like, you a hate. She's like, oh, you can't get it because, oh, no, they're vampires.
Yeah.
And then you realize, like, oh, shoot. But I didn't know the lore. But, like, she says it. Like, she says, like, they have to be invited in.
Yeah.
So, like, she gives you a breakdown.
That's always, like, a big... And that's, like, something you have to know from, like, watching vampire movies.
But
right?
she
like,
breaks it down, though.
Yeah, she does break it down in the movie. But, like, I think, like, for me, I already knew as soon as they're like, well, let me in. Or, like, I already knew, like, oh... Like, vampires have to be invited in. Like, vampires can't enter a building without, like, being invited in.
Yeah.
So, like, I already knew that. So, like, that, I think I was kind of ahead of you already on that part, knowing the vampire stuff because of that. But that's because I've watched, like, another thing, like, vampires can't see themselves in the mirror. Like, right? Like, when they look in the mirror, like, they don't see themselves.
Oh, dang.
Like, stuff that's like weird. That. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of, like, vampire lore and stuff that, like, goes with vampires that, like, are, like, little details that, like, when you watch a movie... and you don't know what's happening, and then like something happens like that. Like I forgot what movie. There's a movie where like the person doesn't know they're a vampire yet, and then they look in the mirror and they don't see themselves, and then you're like, oh shit, you're a vampire, right? So it's like one of those things where as soon as
Twilight.
Twilight's different. They come up with their own they made up their own a bunch of rules where like they glitter in the fucking sun and shit.
Yeah, I like Twilight though.
No, Twilight, yeah, it's alright. But like that whole thing, like. There's little things that happen and one of the big things is like being invited in. So as soon as they even mention like, oh, like, well, I think because the first interaction you have with them, the vampire stuff is the guys, right? Or the white, like the main vampire. Yeah. He's the first one that's like, oh, yeah. Are you guys gonna let us in and stuff? I think that's the very first moment of that.
No. You told me so they were trying to get in. Obviously, at that point of the story, you don't know. You just think that because Smoke even says like, no, I'm not gonna let them in because what if they step on somebody's shoe?
Yeah.
Or somebody step on their shoe.
But I already knew that. Yeah. I knew at that moment. I was oh, they're vampires because.
Oh well, you told me when Haley got bit.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, you going to let me in? He's like, oh, she can't go in because she has to be invited.
I told you because I was like, are you catching on to are you catching on to, like, they keep saying this. They keep saying, like, are you going to let me in? Like, that's a big thing to let you know who's a vampire or not. So that's why I was like, okay.
Which I think is so cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's really fucking great. It's cool.
Take, I don't know if that's a vampire lore where they take the person's whole vibe. Or if that's just Ryan Coogler's.
I think that's Ryan Coogler's thing
that's cool.
Because it was definitely
because it was like Haley was bad. She was doing her thing. She was like even more sexier. Like you know what I mean. That's what she was.
That's definitely a Ryan Coogler thing because like I've seen other vampire movies where like there's just like the same person, but as
the white guy would be.
Yes, in a
sense,
be the
like same person as the white guy would be. Okay,
yeah, but not that. But like they're just like nothing really changed. But this was different in a sense that like, they knew they're vampires right away, and they're like, oh, you got to join us. Like, be like, this is awesome. Like we're dead. Like that was different than other vampire things. Okay, I think like other vampire things that I've seen where it's like they get bit and it's just like if I got bit now and I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm a vampire. Like I'm figuring out that I'm a vampire. Yeah. Where it's like as soon as they become vampires, they know they're vampires, right? Yeah. Where like a lot of things like I think they get bit and then they're like trying to figure out and then they go into the sun and they're like, oh, why am I burning? And then they start like, oh, I'm thirsting for blood. Like it's always kind of like a slow drag out of them. But this is like as soon as they get bit, they know they're vampires and they're already trying to seduce you into it.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing too is like they always make vampires always like known to be like alluring and like they like lure you in and they're like sensual and sexual and like
they did a really good job
like,
because
it's like appeal. They want you to be appealed by it
because Haley got Michael B. got Stack.
Yeah,
and then she got Stack really good because he just smacked. You know what I mean? So she bit him obviously, and then Stack was just like he was ruthless when he, you know what I mean? Like he was already kind of like a thug ass dude, but like. When he became the vampire, he was like trying to get like his brother in, and then trying to get Annie in. Like,
and I think that was cool, like because they used their personal knowledge of like things to really like try to get them.
Yeah,
like that was a cool thing too.
You know what's funny? The dude, because the dude from 8 Mile.
Yeah.
When he was trying to get in, and like they wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
They were like, "Why don't you just get your big ass in here?" Whatever.
Yeah.
They was like
you've been in and out of here all night. Why are you now asking us permission?
The coolest scene. Was it was funny and then it got cool when he put his hand out for the money. He's like, I thought that was really funny. He
wouldn't put his hand in, like it was like right at the edge.
I thought that was funny because he was like, and he did that. But then Smoke gave him the money, and then that was when
he grabbed his arm.
Hell broke loose. That was crazy.
That's like the turning point of the movie. That
was crazy.
That's what just
and that was hella cool. Like that was such a cool action shot where like he pulls him and he goes,
you see his face like
and then Smoke bow. That was such a cool that was such a cool action shot, bro. And like it just gets crazier from there. Like
it gets crazy, and I think
even when Stack dies, where they're smashing, and then in the back, Smoke is handling some dispute that's happening, and the girls on stage is like she's stomping her feet, and everybody, hey guys, and the anticipation is building, and then Sammy goes to check on Stack, and Stack is smashing. He's like, oh hell no, and then he goes to it's rising, and he goes back to see his brother. It's all one shot, and except for when they go get the girl that's singing, but it's one shot. He goes, and then
you see Haley Steinfeld like
eating him, and then it's like it builds, and it's like a tense moment.
Yeah,
and then
that part though, and she like gets up, she's like, I'm sorry, and then but the scary, like, okay, I think what's funny too, I think
kill everyone.
Kat was like, is it scary? I'm like, it's so fucking scary, dude. Are you kidding me? It's so fucking, like, there's parts in it, like the parts when they're outside.
Part. Yeah, when Sammy goes into the church.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
That's like because
it was like showing like flashes of things.
That first part is like, oh, whoa. Yeah. So now you're on edge. I mean, it doesn't get scary.
It doesn't get scary till later on, but there's parts that he does like really well, like when they're all walking up to the house, like they're all walking up to the juke joint, and they're all walking together. I'm like, that's so fucking scary. Or when they're outside dancing and singing,
everybody
I was like, oh
so
my
everybody
God,
tripping
dude,
off of how he looked. Well, I'm scared of that.
Yeah,
like
that scared
the
shit out of me, dude. Yeah,
thing, like,
that scared the shit out of me. I'm like, this is so
crazy.
I like one thing that always gets me in scary movies is when like the evil thing or whatever is like just being so nonchalant. And just like so calm and just like dancing and having fun, and I'm like, that's fucking scary. Like, don't be having fun. Like, you're trying to kill me, and like you're just over here like, we're just having fun dancing. The
main white dude, when he was doing the Irish dance.
Oh yeah.
I was like, F this dude, bro.
I was like, fuck this dude up.
F this, bro. He was hitting it though. Like
he was on Friday when he's fighting Debo, and he's like, fuck his shit. He's like, I was like, dude, kill this motherfucker. Oh, but yeah.
Shoot him.
Yeah, shoot him. Yeah.
I said, shoot him.
But that part's crazy. Okay. A big thing, too, I want to talk about on this movie. One of the best cinematic shots I have ever seen in a movie ever. And I think you mentioned that. Can I mention who like said it? But
yeah.
You went to go see it with Hop, right?
Yeah.
So you went to go see it with Hobson, and he was saying that scene that he didn't like. But this was for me, when I saw this scene, I was like, this is one of the best cinematic shots I've ever seen in a movie ever. It was so fucking cool. Is when Sammy starts singing, and he's singing, and then you start seeing like different, like, because they mentioned it in the beginning of how throughout culture there's certain people that have the ability and talent through their music to connect with spirits through the past and the future. And it starts showing how he's singing the song, and it's so powerful, and it's so like spiritual. Like this is like God speaking through him almost, like, right? It's like, it's one of those things. And the way that Ryan Coogler shows it, where it's like he starts showing the different generations of music, and DJ, people like the DJ, like
to even like the hood LA
even to like
dudes.
Twerking and stuff, like right. It was like, but
it started
like
day.
African stuff, and then it starts getting like more, and it's just like showing how black culture and how black music has always just like had this connection, and that was one of the coolest scenes. And then where it starts burning, and then everything's burning, and all the things are around them, and then like the vampires are outside looking at them, and like that's why they got summoned, because of his voice. And it's dude, it was such a cool. That scene was like, it blew me away. Yeah, I was sitting there just like, that might have been the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
Times.
Yeah,
even the second time I watched it, I got goosebumps.
That's why I'm so excited. I told my mom, I'm like, let's go see. I wanted to go see it tonight. I told my mom, but she's busy tonight, so I'm like, I want to take my mom and I want to take Kat to go see it. So I'm like ready to go see it again. But just that scene alone, I'm like, I want you to see how good this scene is, because I know when my mom sees that scene, she's gonna be like, that's so sick. How they show the DJs, and they show the like b-boy, and then they show like the twerking, and they show like the.
I know we're gonna
go on Friday.
I know we seen it on
IMAX. Yeah,
you gotta see it on IMAX.
Yeah,
it's only. I think it's like a thing because Moses and them are film dudes.
Yeah,
so like they're talking about like how it changes ratio.
Yeah, I heard.
And
that.
I was like,
did you notice it when you were watching it?
Yeah, it gets it shows. I feel like it's like tension in the highs. So like it's like
because it's like long form, and then it like expands, right?
Yeah,
and then
so like
it
goes. A lot of times it goes like where it's like this, and it's like chill, and they're kind of like doing whatever.
And then the action starts happening or something.
And then action starts, or like a high moment starts, and it raises. It's like it kind of. I feel like I don't know if it elevates the experience. It just maybe that's like a film or art thing rather than like a movie goer thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah, I like it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's expensive. Shout out to Hop.
Yeah.
Hop paid for it, so thank you, Hop. I don't know if I can pay for that.
You know, it's funny because me and Avery, when we were gonna go see it, when we first were like, oh, like Ryan Coogler said to see it in IMAX, so we should go see it in IMAX, and we were looking at it and we're like, you know, it's like $35 to go see an IMAX, but it's like $20 if we just go see it like in HD or whatever, or like XD or whatever. And I'm like,
which was still good.
I think it was still good. Yeah, it's fine.
I think also the colors are different in IMAX.
Oh, okay.
It's like
more vivid or
vivid,
like,
vivid.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
which is cool too because I love how they made like Stack and Smoke like one red and one blue.
Yeah,
and like that's how you can kind of tell the difference. And you know, okay, this is a big thing that I think that was interesting that people pointed out, and I was like, oh yeah, I felt the exact same way during the movie. It's someone I watch Real Rejects, which they're like they watch movies and react to them and stuff on YouTube, and they were talking about how for like the first like 10-20 minutes of the movie, you're kind of like, you know, anytime that there's a movie where you're like, oh, I know Michael B. Jordan's playing both roles, like you're kind of like, how do they do that? How do they film that? And I'm paying attention to those little things, like the part where they're first meeting with the guy to buy the juke joint. Right,
they're smoking and he passes them the joint.
Yeah, when he passes them the joint, or whatever, or he passes them the cigarette. Like, I'm paying. I was like, oh, how do they do that? Like, I'm paying attention to that. It's kind of taking me out of the movie because I'm thinking of like, oh, I know that's Michael B. Jordan. I know that's Michael B. Jordan. So how do they film that? So that kind of took me out of it a little bit because I'm trying to figure out that part of it. But that only lasts for like maybe like 10 minutes in the beginning. You're like trying to figure out like that kind of thing, but then you just buy into it.
Yeah.
And then you don't even start. I don't even pay from that point on.
It felt like
and he mentioned that. He mentioned it where he was like, I think for the first 20 minutes, I was paying attention too much to like, how do they do that? Or like, oh, I know it's two Michael B. Jordans, blah, blah. But then you buy into it so much, you kind of forget that it's even like a thing.
You know why?
And you're just like, oh yeah,
you
it's
know
just
why?
two twins.
You know why? I think not to Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler or whoever else is writing, but they made Smoke so much different than Stack.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Michael B. Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Give props to him because
yeah,
it's like not an obvious difference, but it's like subtle. It's like subtle differences, but it is, you really buy that it's two different brothers, like two brothers.
You know what I think it was? You know what I think? You know what I think it was? It was this part in the movie, guys, where they Smoke and Stack separate, and Sammy goes with Stack.
Yeah,
and
that part
in the car. In the car, Sammy's asking about their dad, and he's asking Stack if he's like, y'all killed him, and Stack said, no, Smoke did. I was knocked out. So it shows that Smoke is kind of like the inferior one.
He's a little more brash, a little more
brash.
like a
there
little
we go.
more
Sorry,
like,
not inferior, brash.
But he's a little more like showy and a little more brash, and where whatever.
Stack is the
red one.
Stack is the red, yeah. Okay. Stack was with Sammy.
He's more like brash. He's more like abrasive. He's more like
he's
showy.
Gerard.
Yes.
He's Gerard.
Yes.
He's my little brother. Where he's like, yeah, you gotta see me, dog. I'm out here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm more like, yo, we gotta get this
Smoke
done,
is
dog.
Like Smoke is very much like
militant.
He's more, militant and like just as brutal and just as crazy, but like he's almost more like the because he's the older one.
Yeah, he's the older brother.
One.
Yeah. Because
like,
I think
like
Stack said, he said like, my big brother, like, you know, something like that. Yeah. But hey. What I do want to say, because Gerard doesn't like Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he says he's corny. I want to say
Michael B. Jordan's so.
Yeah, I think he's cool. Yeah, I want to say this is Michael B. Jordan's best acting.
Movie. Yeah,
best
for sure.
acting.
I think he deserves to win an award for this movie.
Yeah,
like it's
best
so.
Acting,
I think they hopefully clean up at the awards because just the
and
big
Ludwig,
thing too.
Ludwig, shout out to Ludwig. What's his name? Ludwig. He does all the scores.
Oh, really?
Ludwig Göransson, something like that. But he did the score. Yeah. And bruh, this I kid you not, guys. I listen to this song every day since I watched it from we might get copyrighted actually. This it's called Smoke. It's called a Smokestack Twins, and it's the ballad right when he goes to the church. Right in the open scene, and it's the harmonica goes, and it's just like so captivating, dog. Okay. And like I'm like, dog, like the music in here is crazy.
Yeah, the music is amazing.
The Sammy dude kills it.
Did you know this his first acting role?
Oh, that's his first acting role.
Yes.
Oh,
Sammy. They found him in casting. Like they just like he's never done any like other projects.
That's dope.
And like his voice.
Yeah, he's good.
His voice.
Yeah, he's
is
good.
Insane.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a big part of it too. Is right. They make this emphasis that the whole concept of the movie is that there's these special people that have this talent, that have these voices or have these things where they are able to summon this thing, like to summon like the spirits, right? They're connecting with a whole different level of like spirituality through their music. And he was so perfect because his voice is so strong and so unique. You feel like you feel different listening to his voice. When he sings, you're like, oh shit! Like he's like,
ooh,
when he first hears him singing,
yeah.
But like he was even shocked. He was like, oh shit! Like my little cousin really could sing, and like that's how I felt when he first started singing. I'm like, damn, dude, his voice is insane.
Yeah.
And it's one of those voices that you hear like when you hear like a Whitney Houston or Amy Winehouse or Adele or whoever, like those voices that you're just like, damn, dude. Like this is different. This isn't just like a singer. This is like this is God or something. You know, I mean, this is crazy. That's what it felt like listening to him. So like, just the fact that it's his like first acting role and he's like that good of a singer, and it's just like, dude. And Michael B. Jordan said that he learned how to play guitar for that. Like that guy learned how to play guitar for this movie.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And it's like, dude, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's dope,
it's so.
man.
Anyways. One of the best movies of the year, if not the best movie of the year.
Facts.
Deserves all the awards, and the fact that it's an original story is like that's just next level. Because I think everything else is like the big movies, the big blockbusters, and all this stuff. It's all stuff that we already know, like stories we know. It's the same stories being told, right? The big thing that people complain about, I think, about movies in Hollywood in general is like original. Yeah, there's no original movies anymore. There's no original ideas. Everything's kind of like the same of something else or a remake of something else. Even music nowadays, I complain about that all the time, right? It's like they're just taking popular songs and just remaking them, right? It's not even like they're coming up with a new original songs with new beats. It's just like the same shit. So like to see something original and done so well, fucking chef's kiss masterpiece. 10 out of 10. Ryan Coogler's the man, dude. Ryan
Coogler on your Jordan Peele, man.
Yeah.
Amazing freaking movie, man. I'm so glad I've seen it twice. I low key.
I can't wait
if I kill it on Uber tomorrow, I might hit you up and go with y'all.
Yeah, Friday.
We'll see how well I do on Uber.
Yeah,
because I took a hit going to Vegas.
Yeah. It's all good. But yeah, fucking amazing, man. It was so good. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? So. Let's talk about we talked about our movie stuff, right? Let's talk about sports a little bit. Before we get into NBA, because I know everyone's talking about playoffs, which we're going to talk about playoffs, NBA playoffs. I want to talk about the big thing that happened this weekend that we watched, WrestleMania.
Oh shoot, yeah.
How sick was WrestleMania?
Yeah, WrestleMania was dope, man.
Okay,
yeah.
To the point that
WrestleMania shout out to your boy Hendry.
I'm gonna get
Henry or Hendry?
Joe Hendry. I'm gonna talk about that. That was my favorite part of the whole thing. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm obsessed with Joe Hendry right now. But to the point that my barber, I went to go get my haircut before the interview, and my barber, I was telling him, I'm like, because I was watching WrestleMania when I went to go get it, or I was watching Raw the next day, because after WrestleMania it was Raw, right? So I was watching Raw on my phone, and I was waiting for him to like finish up the haircut, and I was telling him about it. I'm like, dude, did you see WrestleMania? And he's like, bro, I haven't seen wrestling for, how everyone says like, I haven't watched wrestling since I was younger, blah blah blah. Is it cool? Like, what is it like? I'm like, bro. So my barber's from Vegas. His name is Vegas. That's his name. Yeah. Okay. So he's all about Vegas. He has the LA or the Vegas Knights tattoo on him. Like he's from Vegas. He is Vegas. Okay, that's his. So anything Vegas he gets hyped about. And I was like, bro, they sold out Allegiant Stadium. And he's like, no way. And I'm like showing him video. I'm like, look at this. And he's like, what the fuck? That's crazy. So he was like tripping. And he's like, bro, do they still have like, old school? I'm like, dude, Rey Mysterio's there, like all this. And I was telling him. And then he texted me afterwards and he's like, bro, I just watched WrestleMania. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. Like it was so sick. I'm so glad you told me about it because I'm so glad I watched it. So yes, WrestleMania was fucking sick. It was in Vegas. It was at the Allegiant Stadium, 61,000 people, 2 nights in a row. Insane. Obviously the big story from it is John Cena beating Cody Rhodes, which is pretty fucking crazy. Kind of a anticlimactic ending.
A lot of people say it was underwhelming.
Yeah, people didn't give it like the high score, but
I haven't watched. I don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
So for me, watching it with y'all the other day, I was like, oh, this is cool.
I just think that it's kind of
Travis came out. It was like it was fun.
I think that it's interesting that it's just like I think their story could have been told better with John Cena. I think that John Cena is like I don't buy John Cena being evil and being bad and being a heel, and I think that there's a way that they could have done it where it could have worked better, which is if they would have done the old generation versus the new generation and made it about that, right? But it is what it is. But My favorite part of the whole thing was Joe fucking Hendry, dog. If you guys don't know, there's this wrestler named Joe Hendry who has the best intro song ever of any wrestler ever. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh my god.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Anyways, so
I will say it doesn't hit as hard as it does when you gotta watch the video.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
I have to see him do the
turnaround thing.
That turnaround thing is funny.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
But so what's crazy, okay, so this dude, Joe Hendry, now if you guys don't know, like it's kind of like anything else, right? WWE is the pinnacle. It's the top. It's like the big thing. Just like how UFC, right? Yeah. UFC is like the big thing. NBA, the big thing, right? But there's other leagues, there's other things, other promotions that are still like big, but they're not WWE. They're not UFC. They're not NBA, right?
Yeah.
So this dude Joe Hendry, he's in TNA, which is like another like lower promotion. But
it's PFL.
Yeah, it's like PFL, right? But it's like if UFC pulled up some dude from PFL and was like having him fight someone big. Like you're like, wait, what the fuck? How did this guy even get? Like he's not supposed to be here. It doesn't even make sense. So Joe Hendry, he showed up at Wrestlemania or at Royal Rumble. He showed up at Royal Rumble, and I think that was the first time I saw him. And I was like, who the fuck is this dude? And Ariel Helwani interviewed him.
He fought in the Rumble?
Yeah, he fought in the Rumble.
Really? He was there?
Yeah, he was in the Rumble. And that was the first time I saw him, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. But after I watched his interview with Ariel Helwani, I was like, I really like this dude. And the whole thing is that he is like manifestation ultimate. Like he's the ultimate manifestation guy right now. He basically was saying like he just believed in himself, and he made this video. He made his own song and his own entrance video for himself to be like this. I believe in Joe Hendry stuff, and his persona and his character and his spin and everything that he's done. Like he created it, and it just started blowing up. And for him to get onto Royal Rumble was insane. But it's funny because we're watching it, and Kat was like, "Oh, do you think that dude's gonna show up at WrestleMania?" And I'm like, who? And she's like, you know that dude who looks like Ryan Gosling, the one that like does the spin and stuff. I'm like, oh, Joe Hendry. I'm like, nah, like he's like that. He's in a whole different promotion. Like that's not gonna happen. That's insane. So the thing happens where I guess Randy Orton was supposed to have a match with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens gets hurt, and the whole storyline was like, oh, we need a replacement for Randy Orton because he's supposed to wrestle at WrestleMania. Who is his opponent going to be? And it could have been anyone. And even before we were watching it, when Randy Orton came out, we had like shout out Josie and her fiance, and we were all over at the house watching WrestleMania, and we're like, I was telling them, I'm like, oh yeah, like Randy Orton's supposed to have a fight, but we don't know who it's going to be. It could be anybody. He comes out and he's like, who's it going to be? Who's going to come through that curtain? Blah blah blah. And we're sitting there, and fucking say his name and he appears. I lost my fucking mind. I went crazy
because we didn't know who he was.
None of you guys knew who he was.
He did everything that he just said to y'all. When the dude came out, he had to say to us.
I had to explain it to you guys. I had to show him the video and had to like break it down for you.
But he won us over when he did the turn. And then he's like,
yeah, when he does that,
oh my God. He won me over. I think Just didn't like him. I think Luis was rocking.
No, I think she's like, oh, now that I know it, I want to watch the match again because now that I know who he is. And so, but I have watched his entrance coming out at WrestleMania like 10, 15 times already. I just keep watching it because it's such a cool moment, so exciting, and
that's so funny.
Yeah. But anyways, after the WrestleMania thing, I was like, I can't wait for Ariel Helwani to interview him again. He was on Ariel Helwani today before he came over.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it, yes. And dude, he was talking about it, and Ariel was like, dude, how did you get on WrestleMania? Like, how did you, like, what was that phone call like? And he's like, dude, I wanted to be, like, I just kept thinking to myself, like, what if I get on WrestleMania? Like, you know, just all the little things that he was talking about, how when he first started wrestling, and the guy, the trainer that he was working with was like, if you ever want to wrestle with John Cena, if you ever want to wrestle with Randy Orton, you got to do these things. And now he's wrestling Randy Orton at WrestleMania, you know? And it's just like, damn, like he all the things that he was like, man, I remember being in high school and like talking about how Randy Orton is so cool and like it would be such an honor to ever even meet him. And now I'm wrestling him at WrestleMania, the pinnacle of our thing, you know? And so it's just like this thing that he's like manifested all these things to happen, and now he's there. The big thing I wanted to say about Joe Hendry is one, it's cool because Randy Orton, like, kind of, even though he lost, like, people were kind of hating that, like, oh, he got beat in like 3 minutes. Yes, but
that's Randy Orton, though.
It's Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And also, like, Randy Orton kind of put him over. Like, he put him on because, like, Randy Orton, when Joe Hendry came out, Randy Orton was like, okay, like, this is wrestling. And then he did the move.
Yeah.
Randy Orton did the spin. Like, he was like, and so that's, like, really fucking cool. That was really sick,
So,
dude.
for what I seen, kind of like the torch, not the torch pass, but like just a nod from a vet. Like,
yes, exactly.
He won, which you want the vet to win. You don't want Joe Hendry to
beat Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry to beat freaking Randy Orton.
Yeah.
People love Randy Orton, so you don't want that to happen. 2, Randy Orton showed him mad love, gave him in the ring, showed him love, whatever, did his thing. Then he RKO'd him.
Yeah.
So, like, to be RKO'd by Randy Orton after getting love shown is dope. And then he did his move.
Yeah.
So that's like, I don't know how much love you can get.
And the match, too, like,
I don't know how much love you can get.
Joe Hendry starts winning. He does that. He starts winning. He does he throws him over him, and then he's like, and then he starts doing it, and then he does the spin, and the camera work was like right when it zooms up on him, and then Randy Orton comes from out of nowhere and RKO's him. It was so sick.
So the fact that he lost is probably the best.
Oh yeah, I mean the fact that he's not even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
He's not even supposed to be there.
So I mean, I don't know anything about wrestling, but I know for a fact if you did that route, I feel like you're probably gonna have a long career.
So listen to this. This is crazy. So Ariel Helwani's like, you're the manifestation guy right now. Like everything you're saying is coming true. I even recorded it because I was gonna post it because I liked his answer, and he's like, everything I'm thinking is happening. It's weird. It's like crazy for me right now. He's like, everything that I think about is happening. He's like, but my big goal that I want is I want to wrestle John Cena, and he's like, let's just say Ariel's like, do you really think you could wrestle John Cena? And he's like, who is John? He's like, the timing's perfect right now. Who is John Cena working with? Travis Scott. He's like, let's just say maybe an artist on the level of Travis Scott were to hit me up. Let's just say that maybe he hit me up this week and he's involved and wants to be involved with me. And Ariel Helwani's like, wait, like as big as Travis Scott? And he's like, as big as Travis Scott.
Or bigger. I mean, it sounds like Bad Bunny.
That's what I was saying. And then Ariel Helwani's like, what genre is he in? He's like, the same genre as Travis Scott.
Oh,
so a rapper. I don't know who it could be, but it's got to be someone big, dude. But
I don't know who.
Imagine this.
Bigger than Travis
Joe
Scott.
Hendry had some famous rapper, whoever it might be, reach out to him and is like, I want to wrestle with you. And if that happens to be the thing where Joe Hendry's like, hey, what if it's Kendrick or something fucking crazy?
It's not.
But what if it is?
You know what I mean? It has to be somebody.
At this point, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, dog. It could be anyone.
It has to be someone in wrestling.
What if it's Drake? What if it's
that would be crazy.
You know what I mean? What if it's someone like that? And anyways, the guy Joe Hendry's like, let's just say possibly this happened, and maybe this guy wants to work with me, and maybe he wants to wrestle Travis Scott. You know, like he's saying all this stuff, and he's like, and maybe he invited me to his concert this week. Who knows? Maybe. I'm just
this
saying.
Week?
It could.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Wait. When did this happen?
This happened literally right before you came over. I watched this
interview.
interview.
Where does Joe Hendry live?
He's Scottish.
So who's performing? Who's performing?
But
there's nobody bigger than Travis Scott other than Kendrick or Cole.
You know what's crazy is the big thing that Joe Hendry's promoting right now is TNA Wrestling. They're having their pay-per-view event this weekend on Sunday. Guess where it's at? It's in LA, dog. I was gonna buy tickets. Tickets are $45. I want to go so bad, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to because I work till 4:30 and the event starts at 4 and it's in LA, so I have to drive over there.
There's nobody bigger than Travis, Tyler.
Tyler would be big, but I don't know.
But Tyler's a goofball. He would do that, but I don't think he's in wrestling like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Kendrick wouldn't do it because he's not in that realm. Drake could, but I don't know if he's in wrestling.
My immediate thought was Bad Bunny.
I know Wale is in wrestling, but he's not bigger than Travis Scott. But he's big in the wrestling world.
Yeah, but I think it's someone that's like monumental. It has to be. It has to be someone like a Drake or a Kendrick or someone like that. I'm thinking maybe Bad Bunny, but we already know Bad Bunny's been wrestling, so I think if it's Bad Bunny, I don't think that works. I think it's someone new.
I just looked up the top rappers right now.
Yeah.
Let me see who's outside of Cole.
I don't know. I don't know who it could be. Like who's on Future? Travis Scott's maybe Future. I don't know. But it has to be someone big like that. So I don't know. But regardless, like,
I mean,
if he ends up wrestling John Cena, it's just crazy, dude. It's just like it reminded me of this whole. It reminded me of, to bring it back full circle to the H3 thing, right? It's like for him to be talking about this stuff, it's so inspirational because I'm like, damn, like even for me, like I'm watching H3 and I'm like, I never would have thought I'd be talking to Dan. Right, but I'm talking to Dan about possibly having a job there. Yeah, and like that's crazy to me to think that I could be working for H3. That's fucking crazy. But it's also for Joe Hendry. He's probably like, it's crazy for me to think that I'd be on WrestleMania fighting Randy Orton, who's someone I watched growing up, like looked up to, and now I'm wrestling him. Like,
pretty sure he got a conversation with Triple H and all that.
Oh, and he said that John Cena went up to him afterwards, after the match, and was like, and Joe Hendry was like, "Hey, congrats on winning like the belt," and he's like, "Yeah, whatever." You killed it. Like, you did exactly what I wanted you to do. Like, and he's talking to Joe Hendry. So now him and John Cena and Joe Hendry have a relationship now. So I feel like it could happen. Anyways, if he ends up being like one of the biggest wrestlers, like, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane because I've watched this dude. I mean, not like from the beginning, but he's like a nobody. He's not supposed to be there. Yeah. And he's in WWE now, and he's not even in WWE. He's in TNA. He's the TNA heavyweight champion, but he's in WWE at WrestleMania. What I would say is, it's crazy, dude. It's so insane.
This weekend has shown me that
so funny
that wrestling is still alive.
Oh,
I didn't think it was dead, but I thought like, oh, this is just whatever.
I think it's bigger than it's ever been.
Yeah, it's like huge. I did not know how big it was until watching this weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, dude, like maybe I'll get back in it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there were some really good matches too. Like, I think you missed one of my favorite matches, which is like the girl match. I mean, it's on Netflix. You can still watch it, I think, or on Peacock.
Peacock, yeah.
I think you can go back and watch it, but you should watch night 2, the first match, which is Rhea Ripley, your girl Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair, I think her name is. That match was so sick. They were like back to back, just like banger. It was sick. I was like, damn, this might be the best match I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was cool. WrestleMania was fucking sick, and it was exciting, and it was fun, and I was so happy. And like UFC people were there. Dana White was there. Dana White did the intro for night 2.
Oh, really?
He was the voice of the intro for night 2. It's just crazy. Like Ariel Helwani. I watch Ariel Helwani a lot. He's like an MMA journalist, and people always tell him stick to UFC. And he's like, and he likes wrestling. He likes to talk about wrestling. So he talks about wrestling, and people get mad at him when he talks about wrestling. But he's like, dude, it's more intertwined than it ever has been. Yeah. Everything that I've always talked about wrestling, I've always talked about UFC, and people wanted me to keep it separate. But now it is combined. Like, there is a thing. Like, Dana White was there. Like, Izzy's there, right? Like, all these people are there at wrestling. It's crazy, dude. So WWE's blowing up as big as ever. And my little cousin wrestles, and I can't wait for him to be the next Joe Hendry, dude.
Yeah.
We got to make a song for Freddie, dude. Yeah, we got to make a song. We got to figure out what that. Yeah, Freddie Cordova, baby. But yeah, so that was sick. So if you guys didn't watch WrestleMania, it's still on Peacock. You could go watch it. It's fucking amazing. So go do that. And then obviously the other big thing that's happening right now, NBA playoffs, man.
It's the playoffs,
and
man.
These playoff games have been insane. The Clippers game, I watched the Clippers. Who are they playing again?
They're playing Nuggets.
Nuggets. The Nuggets Clippers game was insane,
bro.
dude.
I'm telling you, man. Everybody's matched up.
Kawhi, is going off. Like he missed one shot, I think that whole game, or 2 shots the whole game, and scored like 34 points or something crazy. So 36 points.
Let me go ahead and just
people are going all.
Let me just go ahead and do this for y'all, man. So you should probably get this. It's a pick 'em bracket from
NBA like app,
and you get $1 million if you get it all right.
Oh, that's sick.
And my bracket is pretty solid. It's going the way that it needs to go. I know we're just in the beginning,
first round,
but like, you know, Thunder is gonna sweep the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
they
beat them by 50 or something the other day.
They beat them by like 40 the next day. So these guys are out of here.
Yeah,
it's done. It's over with.
Feel bad
the Clippers and the Nuggets are going to go Game 7. Yes, they're 1-1 already.
Yeah, and that's the best series so far,
bruh. Yeah, bruh. Yes. And then the Lakers and the Wolves, they're going back and forth. They're going to win. Lakers going to win in 5.
Think so?
Because I think they figured it out.
Yeah.
Like the Grizzlies. I mean, sorry, the Grizzlies. The Wolves, man, they're so good. But dude, Luka Doncic is out. He's a freaking beast.
Yeah, he's a freaking nature, dude.
So I don't think. I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think anybody on that Memphis team, or I keep saying Memphis, on that Minnesota team could hang with Luka. And then you also gotta you got a LeBron James that can just click at any time.
Yeah.
LeBron
decides when he wants to turn it on, and then just goes.
Last night he had 19 points, and they were like a slow 19 points.
Yeah.
Like he was missing everything, but he had 19 points.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when a good LeBron James is playing bad, when a bad LeBron James is playing and they still win, that's trouble for you.
Yeah.
So I think they win a game. Yeah, the Warriors are just
that series is fucking good too.
They're good. I think the Warriors beat them. They're playing the Rockets.
The Rockets, yeah, that was a good series. I watched one of those games. That was really good.
I don't think the Rockets beat them at all, though.
Yeah,
I think the Warriors are really good, bro.
Yeah, I know.
They're so good.
So annoying.
And then you got the Cavs and the Heat. Get out of my face.
Yeah,
Cavs is gonna just destroy them. Now this series right here, the Bucks versus the Pacers. This one's not going the way I thought.
Yeah,
they're getting their butts kicked.
The Bucks are winning.
The Bucks are losing. They're down
the Bucks are losing, but they don't have Dame.
Dame just got back, but
did he?
Even when he's back, like,
did he play?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what.
How'd he do? I didn't see it.
I don't think he did well. I didn't see the game, but it's looking bad.
Yeah,
they're down 2. But this is the thing with the playoffs. This is the thing with the playoffs. The things with the playoffs is, these are the first games. They're in Indiana, so yes, Indiana's supposed to win those games. Yeah. So it's like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not stressed about it, but I need Giannis and Bobby Portis and Dame to get it together, and the Knicks.
Now this is a fun series.
Yeah.
The Knicks versus the Pistons. That's a fun series too.
Because the Pistons are good.
Yeah.
Pistons are good, and the Knicks are good too. But I think
the Knicks are gonna
win. I'm wrong. I think the Detroit Pistons might win.
Really? Yeah.
The Knicks haven't shown me that they're like the dominant team, in my opinion. This is what I said on my YouTube channel, which you can go check on A Reacts. Is like, these are all my opinion, so you can take them.
How those videos are doing?
I got 21 subscribers and I got 24 views.
Okay, that's good though. I mean, but you were growing. Like that's why I said I want you to do this so that way you can start growing. And if you do this all the time, that'd be awesome.
So and then you got the Celtics versus Magic. Now, I have the Magic winning 1 game, which sounds impossible, but look at they're up right now.
Oh, they're playing right now.
They're winning right now because Jason Tatum's not playing.
Oh.
So okay. I am a what do you call it? I am a sidekick with this one. people had Celtics beating them 4 games. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man.
The Celtics up by 3 right now.
Oh, they are. They were losing. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, man. I think these playoffs are amazing. From OKC to Cavs to Celtics. Those 3 series are not gonna. They're easy series. But every other series other than that. All the rest of the 5 series, are great. They're gonna go down to 7 games.
The Clippers series is so fucking good, dude.
Yeah,
both teams are so stacked, and they were just like going off, and it was insane. It's so cool to see like Durant play James Harden too.
Yeah. Well, no, Durant's not there.
Or not Durant.
Oh, you're talking about Jokic.
Yeah. No.
Who are you playing? Kawhi with James
Harden? Kawhi. Yeah.
Oh, Kawhi. Yeah.
James Harden, and then like
they play together.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good, man. They're good, but I think the Clippers pull that series off. But I mean, dude,
the Clippers are really fucking stacked.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, and the Nuggets. That's what I'm saying. You can't count the Nuggets out though, because what's the name? Russ won them the game, and like Russ be playing bad.
That's what I was thinking about. Russ and James Harden playing against each other. I think that's who I was like thinking. That was them going against each other because like their history, right? So it's just interesting to see them play against each other.
Russ isn't the same. Like Russ is
good.
But
Russ is still killing it. Like he was like hitting threes for them. Like he's sick, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, this is an exciting time in basketball, dude. Like this is one of the.
It's really fun.
I think I seen something that said these are. Excuse me. These are the highest ratings in a few years of NBA playoffs, and it's because dude the teams are stacked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they're evenly matched up. Like. You know, there's only going to be 3 series that are going to be bad, which is OKC, Memphis, Cavs, Heat, and Celtics, Magic. Every other series is going to go down to the wire. Or at least if they don't even go to the wire, every game's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody wins in 5 or 6 or whatever, like it's going to be like every game goes down to, you know, the last 4 or 5 possessions.
And you know the best thing about playoffs is there's basketball every night.
Oh yes, every night.
Every night you can just like I'm like, what am I gonna watch tonight? I'm like, oh yeah, there's a fucking playoff game right now. Like I can throw it on, and it starts early. Like,
which is always a great game.
Yeah,
it's always a great look tonight.
Tonight's the Warriors.
Yeah, tonight's the Warriors. Like both these teams are gonna get smacked. The Heat's actually putting up a fight, but like I feel like Magic might get smacked. But then you got the Warriors and Rockets, right? And then this night you got the Clippers and Nuggets. And then this night you got the Lakers and the Bucks right there. Like, so it's every single night it's going to be a good night.
Game, yeah.
Whether somebody gets smacked that night or not, it's going to be at least one great game.
I can't wait for I'm hooked on the Clippers game.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's a great series.
That's such a good series.
That's a great series. And you know what's crazy? I will say this, man. For every team, there's
someone to watch.
No. So for me, I'll just give you this. I want the Lakers to win the championship.
Yeah.
Right? I would love LeBron to get his 5th ring, especially with his son. That'd be crazy. And Luka to get a ring. You know what I mean? But so if LeBron doesn't win, this is what I'm going for, because my team's not in. I can say this. Philly's not in, so I could go for whoever I want, honestly. LeBron is first, and then I would love for Russ to get a ring.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, Nuggets go, right? But I'm like, oh shoot, I rock with James Harden and Kawhi.
The Clippers, yeah.
You know what I mean, right? So it's like, all right, let's go down the line again. I I like Jimmy Butler a lot, so I'm like, yo, I need Jimmy Butler to get a ring.
Yeah, I kind of want Jimmy Butler to like the Warriors.
So it's so many different teams. You even got like,
I even like the Knicks.
I don't want the OKC to win. I don't care.
Knicks.
I don't care for OKC, but like you got like, so I said those teams, right? But if the Lakers don't win, I also like Ant. So I'm like, yo, if LeBron doesn't win, I'm like, yo, Ant.
Did you see? I was telling Cal, I'm like, every time I see something from Ant, it's just so funny, dude. He was
he's trolling.
Yeah, but I think like LeBron did something. Or no, LeBron was like, he yelled at the refs or something like that.
He said, "Call you ain't gonna call that shit."
He's like, you can call that bullshit. And then Ant's like, "That's a tech. Yeah. That's a tech." I was cracking up. I'm like, dude, he's so funny, man. Yeah. Like, he's just calling out LeBron. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is a fun, and it's the first round. So like, usually the first round is like kind of the most boring round, but it's really good right now. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, as we get deeper into this, it's only gonna get better, and I can't wait, dude. Yeah. It's so fucking dope.
Yeah.
So NBA playoffs, guys. You guys got that? That's the shit right now. So go watch the NBA playoffs if you got nothing to watch. Yeah, man. There's so much going on. Oh, we got Thunderbolts coming up soon too.
Oh, next month? No,
next week. 2 weeks. Yeah, we're gonna have to go because I'm going to Arizona on the 2nd. I think it comes out on the 2nd. I'm leaving on Friday.
I gotta pick up what's the name of it anyways.
But we might have to figure it out. I might not be able to watch it. I don't know. I might have to call out of work on Thursday or something, because I work at like 1:45 or 1:15.
Oh, it's next week, nigga.
Yeah, it's next week.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I work that Thursday, and when it comes out on the 1st.
Okay.
But I work at 1, so if we can catch an early showing, but you know how sometimes they don't start the showing until like 3.
Yeah.
So I might have to wait. We might have to wait to like watch it when I come back or something.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be any crazy
really
spoilers. No, I'm saying I don't think it's gonna be crazy spoilers for people to be like, oh man, Hulk comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why we really watch it show early, is because people like to spoil crazy. But I mean, shoot, dude, we could just watch it in Arizona, and I'll watch it here.
Yeah.
It's not a major joint. Like, you know, this
I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch it in Arizona though. That's the thing, because I'm gonna be like in a wedding and stuff.
Oh yeah. The wedding.
I'm gonna be with my family. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch it in Arizona, so I'm gonna have to watch it when I come back. But we'll figure it out. But regardless, we got Thunderbolts coming up. Fantastic Four is coming up,
and
we still got and Superman, and we got fucking more of Last of Us. It's
Jurassic World comes out.
Jurassic World.
I don't care what nobody says. I'm excited for that. Scarlett Johansson's in there.
It doesn't look that good, but the last one was actually really good.
Was that one with Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Man, this one looks good.
Yeah.
I just like, you know what I mean? I don't care, bro. Me personally, Scarlett Johansson's fine. Obviously, she's gonna be in it. It's gonna be looking good. But then the CGI looks great. Like the dinosaurs look cool. I don't care about the storyline.
Well, that's the thing, is the last one I watched, I was like, this is a fucking horror movie. This is what I say about Jurassic World, right? If you watch it not as just like a dinosaur movie, if you watch it as a episode of Black Mirror, that's where you're like, oh, this is fucking scary, dude. Because if you really think about it, it is Black Mirror. It is like future technology where they were able to recreate dinosaurs, and what happens when you recreate dinosaurs? They fucking go crazy and they fucking break out and everyone dies. And it's like I think the last I forgot which the one before this, before this newest one, I don't remember what it was called, but I was scared watching that movie. I was watching it and I was like, this is scary as shit, dude.
Which was that? Is that the one where they built a park?
It's the one. I think this is the one where I think it was the one where they created like a new new dinosaur where they got it from like different. They took DNA from different animals and created a new dinosaur, and it escapes and it like can camouflage itself and it can do all these different things, and you're like, what the fuck? This is so scary, dude. It's so scary. And yeah, if you really watch it as I'm telling you, if you guys watch it as a Black Mirror episode, you're gonna change your whole perspective on it. Because when I watched it, I was like, this might be one of the scariest.
I didn't think about it until now. Now
it's a horror movie.
Now I'm thinking like, dang, that's
they sell it as like a Jurassic Park. Oh, this is cool, like dinosaur movie. If you watch it and go into it like this is a horror movie, you're gonna be scared as shit. It's so fucking scary. Because I put myself in those situations and I'm like, if there's a fucking raptor trying to get me, that's one of the scariest things that can happen.
Oh yeah, we're going back to like I said with the apocalypse. Yeah, you kill me, I'm done. I don't want to survive.
Yeah,
like I'm already doing that now.
Yeah,
with bills, bro. I don't want to do that with my life.
These dinosaurs are crazy, dude. It's so scary. If dinosaurs were real, it'd be just so scary, dude. Anyways, but regardless, which didn't they just recreate fucking saber-toothed tigers or something like that?
It was literally wolf or something like that.
Oh, dire wolves. They just made dire wolves.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's from Game of Thrones. Those big ass wolves that they have. Remember how the Starks all have their own dire wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like giant fucking wolves, and wolves are already. I don't know. Wolves
are big, yeah.
I don't think people realize how big wolves are. Yeah. They're fucking huge, dude. And now you're making even bigger wolves?
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Well, they're not gonna be in Orange County, so we're good.
I literally got bit by a fucking German Shepherd yesterday, and that was scary.
Yeah.
You're telling me that they're gonna have a fucking wolves? Yeah. I'll try to train it, but yeah, I'm trying to get bit by those things. So their teeth are super sharp. Yeah. But anyways, lots of fun stuff coming up, guys.
We got an exciting summer, man.
Yeah. And hopefully by next week, your boy might be working for H3.
Hey,
so let's pray for me.
That might be
I'm
crazy.
on my Joe Hendry shit. So I believe in Adrian.
You gotta do the turn. Yeah,
I gotta fix it. But anyways, with that being said, guys, we love you. I gotta eat. I haven't eaten today. I slept all day. I got so much shit to take care of that I didn't do because I literally slept all damn day. So. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. We love you.
If you came this far, man.
Yeah, you already know.
You're real.
Yeah, our last episode did pretty good too, so thank you guys. And we're only like 20 hours away from getting memberships, so if you guys just let this play all the way through, I should have said that in the beginning of the episode, but if you guys got this far, thank you, because you're helping us with our watch hours, and we need it, because we're only 20 hours away from getting memberships and getting super chats and getting all that fun stuff for our channel. So thank you guys. We love you though, and we'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace.